Oh, yeah.
We should probably launch the game.
Yes.
That would help.
Okay. Yes, that would
And
help.
we-
What would help? We're not telling people. But
Crafting rule?
yes, so hang on, let me go bring that up because I'm scrambling to get everything started up since, my internet had been out until 10 minutes ago.
Right?
Yeah, well,
Aye,
that'll
aye.
do it.
So keep your scales on, Vellos.
Hey,
Go
no
ahead,
problem.
drop them. Somebody will pick them up. It'll be fine.
Damn it, I entered my password wrong. Because Cloudflare showed up.
One of these days,
Okay.
Lantern's gonna get a bag of holding and just start filling it with his discard.
You don't drop that many. I'm basing it off how much damage you take. But okay, so a third-party alternate crafting rule set off of GM Binder called 5th Edition Ultimate Crafting Guide. Yes, we will. After some thinking about it, first off, I want you guys to actually craft. Because I hate 5th Edition's inbuilt crafting rules. Because if you follow those, the only two people who are actually doing any crafting are either people with chef's tools or herbalist kits making baseline healing potions.
Yeah, because everything else is way too time and intensive.
At
I
25
don't think
gold
this
value a
is-
working day.
I don't think the new rule set had anything about cooking when I read it.
Because cooking doesn't really have a crafting time attached to it.
Fair enough. Okay. I now understand.
Obviously,
at
they
the value
haven't
that
cooked
food
anything.
usually goes for, it's assumed a cook could put out a restaurant's worth of dishes in a typical working time.
Otherwise, it would be very hard to run restaurants.
Exceedingly.
Well, I need to. My priority is getting Vellos forged. I can start crafting.
So, yes, we'll be using an alternate crafting rule set that does make crafting doable without dedicating like 6 months of your time to make a longsword with a +2, with like a +1 enchantment. Not even a +2.
Yeah, that would be common, right?
All magical items are minimally uncommon.
I guess that.
Though I do like the concept of common items, and in a high magic setting like the Beast World, there will be common magic items. You just haven't noticed them yet.
Okay.
They also presumably are things that wouldn't have that much of an effect.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I
mean,
wasn't.
it's things like sewing needles that won't pierce your skin.
Self-cleaning mugs.
Yep, like I said, you just haven't noticed them yet.
Yes. So common would be reserved for things that and regular quote unquote weapons and armor. Uh, Uh,
Is Vellos cutting out for anyone else? Because
It is.
Yes.
son of a.
Okay.
Getting ready to say something.
yeah,
I don't know what is going on with that.
Is anybody else using the network?
No, I'm home alone. My
Okay, then
folks.
before we really get into everything, go ahead and reboot your router.
I will be back in a few
While he
minutes.
does that, I got stuff so I can actually start painting. So I need to go get that set up real quick as well. You guys
Cool.
Okay.
talk about us behind our backs while both of us are away.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know how to talk behind people's backs. I never had the friends who wanted to do that when I was a kid.
Yeah. I think we're all sitting here going, okay, what?
Well,
I
let's
guess
decide
I
what
could
we want to
drop a-
buy while they aren't here.
I don't know. I guess I could drop like a low level dad burn, like dice. How did he pick that name? Random selection. Yeah, and that was the politest chuckle. That is the polite chuckle of a friend who has known me for 20 years. That's the most she can muster up.
Back, and how dare you talk about me behind my back like I told you to?
Honestly, I mostly talked about myself behind your back.
Oh my.
So all attachments and fittings are 360 gold pieces according to the book. If we get grade 1, and then grade 2 would be 1,000 gold pieces per attachment or fitting.
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure I'm reading that right.
Yeah. No. Attachments
Grade 2 may be a way off.
basically triple in price.
Yeah. Well, looking at this, we can only have grade 1 components, so we can only have one of them.
Yep.
But we can have 2 fittings, which means we can have grade 2 fittings. But I don't think we can afford a grade 2 fitting right now at 1,000 gold pieces. So,
That's for maybe later, more successful us.
Yes. But it gives me a range of things to look at for right now. There's no point looking at grade 2 things if we can't get them.
No.
Or if we can't afford them.
That also reminds me, I need to Okay. Since we
We have 300 or 700 gold for our wagon fund.
also, who's
At-
keeping track of wagon statistics? Aside from me, the DM.
I can't get that document from the book to work.
Okay, hang on.
I actually printed it out. I just don't know what I did with it.
Oops.
I will be
I
honest,
haven't-
I am going to completely abdicate this responsibility as someone who has bad dyscalculia and cannot add.
That's fair.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
The wagon.
The wagon.
Oh.
Keeping track of wagon stats. Sometimes I hear a number, and in the time it takes me to change the tab to adjust that number, I forget the number.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
Oh, here it is. I found my printout.
Okay, so since the wagon is so it's an iron axle wagon. Its first level health points are 45. You have
I think we got it to level 3.
Yes, so I need you to roll 5d6 twice for the wagon's hit points to upgrade those.
Okay.
Yes.
5d6?
Is this me who's doing it? Or is Fiona going to roll?
You said 5d6? I can roll.
Okay.
I don't have the stats in front of me, so,
I have the stats in front of me.
okay. So 5d6 for the first one. That's 23. Ooh, I got 2 6s and a 5. And a 4. That's a pretty good roll.
It's above average, not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
So it's 45 plus 23?
Yep.
Okay. So that's 68.
Alright, and the second one. 20. Not that bad. That's, I think, closer to average.
Thereabouts.
Oh.
Okay.
45
It's also an easy add.
43 is 45 plus 43 is 88.
68
Okay.
plus 20 is, yeah, 88.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
Let's see.
Yay.
Our speed is. I think our speed might be like 24 a day or something. There we go. Speed is 60.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, we're at level 3.
Yes.
said?
Yes.
Dragon is level 3.
Yeah, because we had
so,
the 2 upgrade kits, and we'd use those.
Yeah, so somewhere in all of this, I can put the. Oh, there we go. Maneuverability is 2. Adaptability is 2. Racing, well, that's not. Components are 1 and fittings is 2.
Okay. Okay, so with that taken care of. Last we left off, you guys had just finished talking to both Thran and One Eye.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We sold one of them a big dead spider
Yes, you
chicken.
told Thran the spider chicken.
Yep.
We got a contract to find and give the friend of One Eye another one.
Yes. Now,
Yes.
of course, you were also told that it might take a little bit before you can get that kind of info, and on top of that, there likely is not going to be any scout work, at least out of the cat's hearth for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of us were walking around town, I think, while Vellos worked on grading the wagon.
Yes.
I thought we already upgraded the wagon and Bells was working on Thorn's new armor.
Oh, that
Yeah,
too.
we did upgrade the wagon already.
Yeah, so then, yeah, he's working on Thorn's armor. How is Thorn, by the way? I haven't heard you yet.
Oh, I'm here. I promise.
Okay. Okay. It's like, I saw you there, but it's like, oh no, is his mic broken?
No, I'm fighting to stay awake.
Oh no.
Oh,
Long day at work.
I got home and I wasn't able to sleep, so I've had like 2 hours of sleep today.
Been there
Oh.
way too many times myself.
that sucks.
Yeesh.
Do you have tonight off at least?
No.
Oh no.
Jeez.
I'm so sorry, Thorn.
Oh, that's rough, man.
Yeah, I'll be
We've all
fine.
been there
I'll get through it.
way too many
Yeah.
times.
I think some of us, or most of us, sent letters.
Yes, I wanted to talk about that. Did you guys want to send out the letters, or did you want to hold off until you got to your next, until you got to another place? Because you might not necessarily be returning to Gossier. So you might not necessarily be getting return mail.
That would be a good point, and I would like to hold off until we get wherever we're likely to be based for a little bit.
Yeah, that sounds like a good. Of course, I hadn't done my letter yet, so.
Okay. Also, Dory, specific question to you.
Yes.
The camera probably doesn't show them too good. fact, it looks like they show it kind of blue.
They do look
Okay.
blue.
That's not encouraging. One's royal purple, the other's purple iris.
What?
Part of it could be diffusion from the bottle.
Yeah.
A sample
I
on a
wouldn't-
palette would probably make more sense.
Yeah.
Is there any on the inside of the lid?
There is. That still looks awfully blue.
That does look purplier blue, but it does
Yeah.
look very blue.
It does look like a purpley blue, and that's very Dory. So
Oh, this is not a purpley blue, it's a purpley purple.
that one looks purpley.
Camera, how dare you show colors incorrectly? How dare.
Right. Camera, only 3 of us here are supposed to be colorblind.
Dice? Dice, I'm sorry you had to learn this about your camera.
I know. It's so sad.
It never saw it coming. It
Also-
Every
never
year,
wanted to tell us.
Also,
Every
apparently
year,
the markers are enlarged.
I was- people suffer from camera color blindness.
The markers are what?
I had the enlarged token sitting on top of marker pack on the camera.
Oh,
Oh,
well, you know.
as they do,
Hey, sometimes you just need a bigger pen.
Yep.
right?
Okay, so Vellos is off forging magically.
Bruno is avoiding Dorian shops.
Thorn bought
Yeah.
heavy metal t-shirt.
He did.
Of course,
Yeah.
he
Yes,
doesn't
he
know what heavy
did.
metal is.
I think we left off with buying that shirt,
Yes.
actually.
We did.
More or less.
Pretty much.
I think we were buying some other miscellaneous things, but I think we left off with that.
Thorn had
And
Actually,
Fiona
I
got
thought-
maps.
I thought we had bought Thorn his clothes, and we were off talking to somebody who might know something about a newspaper editor.
Yes, that was it.
Fiona was buying maps. Was I able to get those here, or?
General Goods Store does have a few maps of elements and elements, Glassrune, and then some world maps. You're not going to find any maps on Vignette or Aurea.
Alright, how would a map of each of those cost us? Or cost Fiona?
That is a good question. I don't actually think maps are mentioned in the player's handbook. Or I'm blind, which I mean I do wear glasses, but or I'm blind.
Where's my player's handbook?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also turning the chain shirt into scale now.
Yes.
Yes.
Because they're basically 1-to-1 on the price value.
But one is more than twice the weight. Where does the extra mass come from?
The same place it went when you spent 1 million fucking swords to make nothing.
Exactly.
Turned like 2 swords into thieves' tools.
Like that's like a lockpick, and it took multiple swords. Presumably, it comes from the same place that went.
One would think.
Oh
Look,
god.
the Sun Bull is sitting on a massive stockpile of raw materials that is in constant flux because of Forge Clerics.
I am. Yeah.
This
Maps
re-
are not in the player's handbook.
Okay, well,
This channel
At
divinity
least
is
I'm not
silly.
seeing it.
Yeah, I wasn't seeing it either.
So what we will do is we will base that off the price of cartographer tools. I'm not saying that maps are going to cost 15 gold apiece unless you want to get like the most up-to-date trade map with routes and everything.
I don't think we need that yet.
Sort of
Because
more
then
of
you
like
have
a
to go through
roadmap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The actual
it was
roadmap with all the major cities and towns is going to run you like 3 gold.
okay. That would be the map of Alamont.
Yeah, of elements. If you want to get a map of the beast world at large, That's going to run you more to about 8 gold.
All right.
Okay. Fiona will pick up a map of each, so that would be 11 gold total. All right. Fiona believes in being prepared, and she's got very tired of not having a map the past 2 trips. Very quickly.
And also,
Now, if they find themselves outside of Alamance, they've got at least a basic map to figure out where they're going with
it
the
also
map of
doesn't
the
help
world.
any that accurate maps are expensive.
Yes.
Anyone can make a map. Sometimes anyone does make a map. And then nothing good comes of that. Okay.
Well, Fiona is skilled with cartographer tools, or proficient with them, so she can always make their own maps if they get into uncharted worlds or areas.
Yep.
Especially since as a rat, she can't get lost for at least a week.
That can be very helpful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's distressing.
Alright, I think our next stop was either a jeweler's or the smithy.
Well, we still have to talk to the newspaper guy
Out?
because we had got there.
Okay.
Yes, you did. I just don't remember what you were there for.
I was there trying to sell a story.
Okay.
I wrote out a little article about and I'm trying to.
Okay, you want an editor, not the person selling the papers. You want
Right.
the editor, not the
Right.
town crier.
Right.
Okay, that's going to be that's going to get you pointed in the direction of the more industrial part of town.
Okay.
Which is not going to be the most pleasant place to be in.
Well, we might wait until. What time is it now?
Not quite midday.
Okay. Well, this might be the best time to go there then.
Okay.
So, Dory is going to head over in that direction.
How well can Dory follow directions?
Pretty well. Pretty well. If anybody here wants to help her, that would be even better.
Ooh, do you need to hire some muscle?
I was thinking more that was a hint that Fiona might want to help make sure Dory didn't get lost.
Following directions verbally is a lot different than something else. What would the skill check be on that?
It's more or less how well can you interpret the town crier's directions.
Yeah.
Probably
That-
what, an intelligence check?
It would probably be more along the lines of insight check.
Okay.
Alright, I would have a +3 to that, but I'm not proficient in it.
Let's see. I would have a. Where are my insights? Oh, I've only got the Jack of all trades bonus to that one. So we're probably better off following Fiona than Dory for that.
I mean, Fiona can try.
That she can.
I mean, and Dory can help.
Okay.
So
So would I roll an insight check at advantage then, or just straight roll?
Yes, if you're being helped advantage.
Alright.
I think Lantern will not be joining you on this. I think she's going to stop by the market for food ingredients.
Reasonable. just nebulous food ingredients because I'm not going to make you keep track of every last. Jeez.
It's going to be basically anything Lantern finds interesting or knows what to do with until she reaches a certain threshold of amount of food.
Yeah. Basically, I was gonna say, unless you're after like super specific ingredients like chocolate, it's just gonna be nebulous cooking ingredients.
Nah, if she finds something weird and interesting, she will buy it. Like if there is anything at the market that you would consider like weird and specific that's a little kobold might find, but she's not looking for anything specific. She's just looking for stuff that's good for cooking on the road.
Okay, that's easy enough. Just general raw foods. It's gonna be like I said,
Yeah, a lot of travel stuff, a lot of beans, a lot of rice, a lot of,
What did I say last time? It was charged half the rate at rations.
I believe that is what you said.
Yes. So, bear in mind, you still have like 32 pounds of foodstuffs between. What color is that?
I have it listed as 32 cooking ingredients in my inventory.
That's also fair.
I also have the specific label is cooking ingredients parentheses generic.
That's a good way to list it. What is that? Same shade. That is not the same shade.
Okay, how much are rations?
I found a nice purple, but now I need to figure out what shade of purple it is. That way I'm not.
It looked like.
Okay, I'm seeing 5 silver pieces for rations, so half that for cooking ingredients.
Yes.
I only rolled the 7 on my insight for directions.
That's fine, because I rolled a 9 on his ability to explain things, which is good enough.
Okay.
Okay, I've just subtracted the 7 gold pieces for 28 pounds of cooking ingredients.
That might be a mixed shade, and that's why I can't figure out which purple paint was used, so that's not going to be the end of the world there.
Lantern is just going to transport those directly back to the wagon while you guys go to the shady part of town.
Shady? It's just not a place people go unless they actually have business. Oh, yes it is. Okay. That's a gloss finish. I can't use that as a base.
It's not preferable, no.
No, it is not. Alright. Dory, dark purple or light purple?
Dark.
Okay.
If you have a matte gray, you can use that as a base.
This was for her clothing. I have a light gray I was going to use for her fur.
Yeah.
Ah.
And what color was her eyes again? Blue? Green?
Blue.
Okay. Red because she's a rabbit empowered by demons? I killed it. Oops. Do I have a brown? I do have a brown. I have a few different browns. That would work for wood. Okay. filled with health. Oop, my keyboard. Okay, so as they're heading to the print house, what is everybody else doing?
Hauling 28 pounds of cooking ingredients home in a big sack.
Vellos?
Thorn's probably with Lantern, helping lift all that.
Okay.
Uh,
Vellos, you see a kobold coming back with a small rented cart. Hauling back as
Oh,
much food
boy.
as she weighs. Or at least raw foods. It's not... It's a ridiculous sight, but it's not an unreasonable purchase.
huh.
Hmm.
Well, seeing that, he's gonna head over to see if he can help.
They had a sale on bacon!
So, Bruno.
Bacon, bacon, bacon.
Bacon is delicious because you cook it and then you can use the stuff that comes out of it to cook other things in and make it taste like bacon, which is great.
True. Your armor is ready, Thorn.
Sweet, that's awesome. Thank you, Vellos. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Lantern busies herself getting the contents of the cart into the wagon, arranging it in exactly the order she wants it to be, and humming victoriously.
As one does.
Just need a proper forge set up so I can make better stuff. Ah well, soon enough. Yeah, Thorn is now the proud owner of one set of appropriately sized scale mail.
Okay. Which is always nice to be the owner of.
Yep.
Okay, so before I end up shoving my elbow into paint on accident.
That would
Probably not a
be
good idea.
Hey, it's better than shoving your elbow into paint intentionally.
I mean, if it's intentionally, at least you had a plan.
Yeah.
Did you?
Maybe. That is a stern maybe.
Well, if you're talking little kids, they definitely had a plan, which was make as much mess as possible.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Not a bit.
Anyway, so Dory, you now are at the print shop. The place smells heavily of industrial amounts of ink.
Dory is looking very happy. And she goes to see if she can find somebody who looks like they can direct her to where she needs to go.
There is somebody manning the manning the front desk.
Okay.
So
She's going to go up to them and say, "Excuse me?"
yes, are you?
I'm looking to talk to the person who buys newspaper articles.
Do you have a meeting with anybody?
No, I don't.
I see. Well, the editors are a little bit busy at the moment.
Well, if they can't see me now, can we set up an appointment for when they can?
Of course. He says, while getting out a sheaf of paper, shuffling through it a little bit before pulling out a specific form. And if I could get your name and the nature of the story in question?
Dory Shomante.
Okay, and how do you spell the last name?
CHAUMONTET.
Okay, he says, jotting it down. Okay, and you don't have to go into too much detail, but the general nature of your story?
It's about a new crew of delvers.
Ah, I see, a new crew of delvers. Unfortunately, that's not going to be something the editors will be too interested in.
Okay.
There are... I don't mean to sound discouraging, but I'll be honest. If we printed every story on a new Delver crew, we'd never have anything else in the papers.
Let me ask you this. Are there any other newspapers around that I could speak with that might be more interested in such a thing?
You might be... They're a little less professional, but you might take an interest in, say, a more gossip style of magazine or tabloid.
Well, thank you.
Of course.
And she'll leave and head back to, looks over at Fiona. We need a jeweler, right?
Oh, yeah, and I would like to stop by the weaponsmith, too.
And
don't-
the auction house.
Oh, yes, we do need to check up on that. But yeah, I don't think these two spears or these two shields have enough metal on them for Vellos to work with.
So we might as well see if we can't get some cash for him. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And then we've got all of these gems that I don't think any of us have any use for unless you want any of them particularly.
I think we're better off just trading them in for cash.
Fair. All right.
Okay.
And off we go to the jeweler's, weaponsmith, or blacksmith, and then the auction house.
Okay.
I'm about to make
See
you
if
all
our key
seasick.
and padlock sold for anything.
I'm about to make you all seasick 1 second here.
Oh no!
But I'm trying to get things in the camera view. And I am not having any luck, so I need to adjust the arm.
We're moving! We're moving!
Ah,
Hey, look, it's Dory.
cool beans. Yeah. Very
So
cool.
the front's going to be a little difficult, but what I was thinking is the main shirt and skirt will be purple, and I'll make these coifs. And I'll do these in blue.
Cool.
Focus camera.
Cool.
Okay, so where were you guys headed next?
Jewelers, I think, first.
Okay.
Yep.
Are we heading back to Pierre's? The Dragon's
Yeah.
Loop? Or okay.
Yeah.
So what day is it? I
Go
lost
talk
track
to the
of
bat.
days.
It's the 25th.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
June 25th. According to the Broken World. which they were so nice to bring over their own officialized calendar, and how convenient that it fit with the Beast World.
Yeah. Made it nice.
Okay, so as you enter the jeweler's loop, or the dragon's loop, Pierre is not at the counter today.
Dear.
Rather, you're met with the large, wide-mouthed, tooth-filled grin of a green dragoness instead.
Ah.
As she looks you both up and down, and then away excitedly says, "Hello, and welcome to the Dragon's Loop. Is there anything I can help you with today?"
Well, yeah. We were, or actually, I think Fiona might be taking point on this one.
We were looking to sell some gems.
"Oh, really? Gems? What kind of gemstones?" she asks, leaning forwards with visible excitement.
Nothing. Mostly semi-precious. A couple of zircon, some jasper, sardonyx. Fiona will step forward and lay the gems on the counter. It's about 9 of them.
"I see, she says, lifting each one up as you offer it, feeling it over. She doesn't pull out a jeweler's tool, rather sticking to just physically examining the gems. Touch, feel, the weight. It's a little creepy. It's a little creepy and leaves you wondering if maybe Vellos acts that way too around gems when you're not looking.
Hey, everybody has their process.
Yep.
Everybody does indeed have their process, and dragons are just a little bit weirder than most.
It's too bad Lantern isn't here to meet another dragon.
Yeah, she'd be excited.
Right?
Is it
Yep.
in character or just chatter?
In character, probably.
Oh, and
Yeah.
who's this lantern fellow?
Awakened Kobold.
Oh, fascinating. Don't see a lot of those. There's a couple of taverns that employ kobolds, but I wouldn't want them around too much myself. Not that I don't like
she's
them more
sweetheart.
than I don't need to be coming into the shop in the morning and having to unlock the jewelry case to let them out.
Well, I haven't seen Lantern get into any place small like that yet.
No.
Yet is the key word. Ah,
She-
silly things.
She's a mighty fine cook, though.
Yes. A very good cook.
She is.
Oh well. I do hope you appreciate those. A capable cook, now that's hard to find for an adventuring party.
Indeed.
It is, and we're very fortunate to have her.
Oh, I can only imagine.
She's a little ball of sunshine.
That too.
Positive about everything.
Okay, so these are, well, not the most precious gems, but you did make that clear in the beginning, which I do appreciate.
Yeah.
Wouldn't believe the number of delvers who come in here thinking that any chunk of quartz is worth as much as a sapphire.
I like to think we're a little more practical.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can find quartz in most rivers.
You can. It doesn't mean it's not a bad gemstone, it's just
Common.
very common. But I
So what-
digress. We have a
Yeah, what do
decent
you think you
collection
can-
here.
What do you think we could get for him?
How many gems did you say you put down?
9.
9?
Yeah.
Um,
Zircon, Jasper, Bloodstone, Moonstone, Shower Space, Sardonyx.
Just trying to remember the value I assigned to those. Hang on, I need to look that up.
I have it down as 950 gem
Yes,
piece
that was
gems.
it. Okay. I could probably give you about 200 gold for the lot.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Fiona is doing some mental math here. Do you think you could do like maybe 300 for all of them? Because it is a fair number, even if they aren't quite as precious.
Go ahead and roll persuasion on that.
All right. This is not gonna be great. I am not proficient.
And we probably should have had Dory do that.
Yeah, but Fiona's the one who brought it up.
Yeah. Congratulations to my -2.
Oh God.
No.
-2.
7!
She winces.
Yeah.
She winces at the ask for 100 extra gold on top of that.
Yeah. No, it's.
What's that?
Dory kind
You
of
hear
shrugs.
her
Dory is basically learning that Fiona is much better at punching things than making deals.
Mhm.
She
hear
negotiates with her fists.
You hear the dragoness mutter something under her breath before shaking her head a little bit,
Fiona deflates a bit.
trying to. That smile is now forced. Like it is
God.
clearly being forced.
Dory will put the gems back in whatever we were holding them in and say, well, we'll just have to keep our eyes out. Maybe we'll just decorate our things with them, huh, Fiona?
Huh? What? Oh,
Of course.
yeah. Sure.
Thank you. And Dory will turn around and walk out.
Fiona will follow, looking defeated.
When we're out
She
of
re-
the store, Dory will say, maybe next time we let me do the
Yeah, okay.
talking.
Poor
I mean,
Fiona.
you're just so good at everything else.
That's a backhanded compliment if I ever heard one before.
It was meant to be a compliment.
If I was good at telling or getting people to do what I wanted to with words, I would have never got sent to the monastery in the first place.
Dory laughs. But you did a really good job learning this stuff at that monastery.
Yes, and it was very fun too.
There you go. Dory, well, actually, considering how much taller Dory is than Fiona, she was going to go link arms, but Fiona's a little short for that.
A little bit.
Just a
I think even
smidge.
trying to put her arm around her neck is going to be too tall.
You could just
Hand
lay
on
a
shoulder,
arm on her
maybe?
shoulder. That was a noise.
That was a noise.
I was trying to chuckle in a. Well, actually, I don't even know what to call that. A gurgle sounds about right, though.
At first I was going to say, who's ever drinking with a straw, just drink the rest like a normal person, but... Okay, that was
When we
organic.
That was
Organic
purely
noise.
organic.
That came from a human.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, it always surprises me the noises humans are capable of making.
Yeah, humans can make some pretty good ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess when we go to the blacksmith, I'll let you talk to them about the spears and the shields.
Okay.
At least when we come to, pricing things out.
As a
Yeah.
side note, you are now aware of the presence of 3 dragons. 3 of the 5 dragons live active in this city at the moment.
3?
Yes. There was a Delver, there's Vellos, so that's 2 Delvers, and now there's the Dragoness that works the Jeweler's Loop.
Oh, okay. The other thing we can do is we can see if we can't, maybe if we go back in the evening, we might find Pierre there.
You don't think the dragon will tell Pierre about that?
Hard to say, but if it's somebody different who goes in,
Worst case scenario, we hold on to the gems until the next town.
exactly. Exactly. We're not that short of cash right now.
I'm sorry.
Oof. Please.
I didn't mean to botch it so bad. I promise.
She was trying to lowball us something fierce. So, don't feel bad. She
Okay.
was the one being a jerk.
Fiona will
You're my
nod her
friend.
head.
You're my friend. So.
To the blacksmith.
To the
Fiona
blacksmith.
will say kind of half-hearted. Alright, so we head to the blacksmith.
One blacksmith, after a little bit of a pep talk,
Dory will try to catch somebody's attention.
easy enough, you catch the attention of a large bear.
Good morning, good sir.
Hello there, sir. How can I help you today?
We have some spears and some shields that we picked up from a dungeon.
Ah, okay.
Fiona will put them on the counter.
Yeah. And
Anything
we'd like to
magical about them I should know about?
No,
Okay.
they are exactly what they look like.
I was about to have to point you in a different direction. Alright.
And we were wondering what we could get for them.
Well, he picks them up, looking them over. Not the greatest craftsmanship, even out of the dungeon. One non-magical gear. Let's go look at the rest of the stuff.
How many
The spears and
shields?
the spears in the player's handbook are about $1 each. Shields are about 10 each.
That's what
We've
I
got
thought.
2 of each. So it wouldn't be a lot.
No. How many of each are there?
There's 2 of each.
Oh, okay.
And we won't be getting 22 golds for the lot.
No.
So
No.
Looking at this. Probably charge more in regards to the material than the actual equipment itself. Well, actually the spear shafts are actually not bad. Could pass for oak. But I've never really seen anything I could identify out of a dungeon. I can give you about 8 gold for the lot. Does that sound fair?
What do you think, Fiona? I'm actually inclined to go for it, but you might feel different.
I think we should go for it.
Okay.
It is from a dungeon. and not the best quality for all of it, all things considered. So if you can
No.
get something out of him for 8 gold, then I think we should go for that.
Yep. Okay.
All right, he'll happily take those off your hands
Thank you, sir.
and call back towards the forge area. Be like, "Hey, got some scrap material."
Cool. I will add that 8 gold to our wagon fund.
Yay.
We have 715 now. Wahaha.
Yay. All right. What else do we have to go for? What else were you looking for?
Give me
The
1 second.
auction house. Yeah.
Yeah, the auction house.
Mm.
That does not want to. Okay. Cannot see what I'm doing.
Uh-oh.
But with this thing, I should be able to see what I'm doing.
And one would think.
Yay!
Yeah.
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 Okay. So, anyways, the auction house. Yes, I made a note about that lock piece you found. Okay. Alrighty, I got everything.
Okay.
Do you guys remember how much you put down as a security deposit for that?
I think it was what, 5 gold?
It was gold. Was it gold or? I think it was silver.
I think it was
Might be.
silver. Commission fee is roughly 20%. Needs a holding deposit. I did not write how much we put down.
Yeah, neither did
I
I.
don't remember.
I think it was 5 silver.
I will
Okay.
do so in the future.
And well, that's why we also record things, so we can always go back and re-listen to stuff.
True.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, the 5 silver. Okay, so as you return to the auction house, you are I'm blanking on voices, so I'm just going to have to talk normally.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Always fun.
It happens.
It definitely looks more purple now that it's dried it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to get a better base coat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Paint does this funny thing sometimes where it goes on one color and dries to another.
Oh yeah, no, that's actually got these little paper swatches that are great for drying out the paint quick. So
Alright, so fun thing is, did the key and padlock manage to sell?
okay, yes, you guys. Yes, actually, we did manage to sell it near the end of its stay.
Oh, excellent.
Cool.
Glad it found a home.
Yes, there was a.
How
He's an interesting fellow, but not my place. Here is first your deposit back,
Thank you.
and then here is the additional. How did I miss that spot?
Don't know.
No either. Well, it's hard to see. That's how I missed it.
Yeah.
The pose is great, but I regret getting the pose like this because it's pain to paint around the loot.
Yeah.
Anyways, so he hands over. Yes, he hands over 4 gold coins for your share of the auction profits.
Awesome. That's, I think, more than we were expecting to get.
Yeah.
Yes,
excellent.
kind of surprised myself personally, but people put down what they put down,
Yep.
Right.
People
Excellent.
see
Thank
what
you
they
so
like.
much.
of course.
Thank you.
If you have any other curiosities you ever want to consider selling off that don't seem to fit anywhere else, we'll be happy to see if we can sell them.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Of
thank you.
course.
All right. And I think with that, we can go back to the group.
Yep. Sounds good. And we should just be there in time for lunch.
Yeah.
There
As
is
they go back,
ex-
Fiona
you-
will pipe up and go, Dory, maybe we have somebody else go to the jewelers with the gems and not us two.
Probably
Later.
not a bad notion. And make sure it's not the green dragoness, but somebody else.
Right?
It was a green.
It was a green.
Yes.
Yeah. That, yeah.
That tracks, yeah.
When you get back, you do smell lunch cooking. You
Ooh.
also see Lantern, who is talking to a horse. And by talking to, I mean, oh yes, Fred, you are a beautiful young lady, Fred. Yes, you are. Grrr, grrr, grrr. You know.
The problem is you could totally mark off the spell slot for talk with animals.
Hey, Lantern.
Hello, yes. I hope you enjoy meatballs.
I do.
Meatball sounds good.
Excellent, because that is what I am cooking.
Cool.
At this
Ah.
point, she does clean off her hands. You notice that there is a barrel of water she washes her hands in, and then goes back to check on the meatballs.
Better not be the water you drink from.
It is not the water she drinks from. She knows how to cook. She was taught how. She's got the hygiene thing down. She doesn't have prestidigitation, so she's got to wash her hands.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Wizards hoarding the good spells.
Well, Vellos pokes his head out a window and he hears people talking. Oh, hey, you guys are back. How'd it go?
Well, we need somebody else to go to the jewelers tonight, maybe.
What happened?
I'm not
Um,
so good with the words when it comes to bargaining prices.
Not only that, I don't think trying to get money out of a green dragoness was our best strategy. We're hoping we can get Pierre there later. And if it's with another couple people, maybe we can get more money out of them because it was low ball.
I
How
agree.
lowballed.
She
Agree,
wanted
you say.
200 gold pieces, or she was only willing to give us 200 for all 9 gems.
We're like, no.
Yeah,
How
that'd
much
get a...
is that worth? Because Bruno does not remember.
a lot more than that.
Well, they're worth 50 gold apiece. You all would also know that
She was
they're not-
offering a little less than half.
Yeah.
A lot less than half.
Yeah.
Fiona tried bargaining for a little more than half by like 2 gold pieces per gem, and she's not that good with the words when it comes to those kinds of things.
I don't think anything you did would have done much. I think she just wasn't going to give us any more no matter what. So,
To be fair, she did kind of. Fiona did not roll that great of a persuasion check.
No.
and
No.
Dory and Fiona is Dory's friend. She's not going to cut her down that way. So anyway. So we send another couple people and see if we can't get somebody else and do a bit better. And 200
Alright.
gold, for heaven's sake.
Yeah, it's...
I was only asking for 250.
I thought you said 300.
No, yeah, no, 300. But I was willing to settle for 350, but she didn't even offer a counter. She just got all
She was going to glare
tense.
no matter what we said, so we're better off not fretting about it.
Fret harder. Fret faster.
Fiona will
Huh?
fret.
So, yeah, well, you know, Dory's trying.
Yeah. No, Fiona definitely appreciates the trying, but she knows that for some reason the Green Dragon took exception to what she said specifically.
Well, unfortunately, we couldn't just let you beat her up.
I mean, it's kind of against the rules.
Yeah.
And I'm not a thief that way either.
No.
I would have liked to see how that would have gone down, but
No.
Yeah. No, we both know better than that.
I mean, don't underestimate any kind of dragon.
No, well, of course not.
What I remember, greens tend to be the more devious.
Mm-hmm.
One of the more devious, at least.
makes sense that she's a shopkeep.
Yep.
True.
And something tells me they tend to be the more avaricious as well. So
Vellos, you would know that's just dragons.
that's just dragons in general, but put it this way. Greens would be as liable to hoard a precious painting as fund somebody to make one. Or both, really.
well,
They like art, but they like to keep art for themselves, is what I'm trying to say.
well, art should be shared. It should be for everybody.
I'm gonna try saying that to the green, you might give him a conniption.
I'm sorry, what was that?
It belongs in the Greens Galleria.
Tell that to a green, you might give him an aneurysm.
Well, that's their problem.
No, I'm not denying that.
Anyway. And I didn't get my mirror.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, I wasn't going to buy it from her. After her being a jerk, I wasn't going to buy it from her.
Would not be surprised if she overcharged.
Yeah. Exactly.
People should not be allowed to be mean to Fiona, comes a stern little voice from roughly your thigh level. And thrust into your hands, you feel a piece of flatbread surrounding a giant meatball.
Unfortunately,
Lantern.
Lantern, not all people are as nice as us.
Well,
Not
there should be
even-
rules.
And that unfortunately includes dragons as well.
You also
some-
get a flatbread with a meatball in it, but yours has like garnish and I'm just saying, Dory's yours looks delicious. Vellos, yours looks fancier.
Which would get.
Dory
Thank
is
you.
amused at this as she takes a bite of the certainly delicious meatball sandwich.
She hands
Thank
one
you
out to
very
everyone,
much.
making sure
Thank
they
you
all
very
have
much, Lantern.
lunch.
When the Kobold is
Thank
you,
playing
Lantern.
favorites while trying to be encouraging.
Philip does not know how to respond to this.
To be fair, would anybody?
No, he doesn't know how to handle it, so he's just going along with it.
To be fair, you don't know this, but she is also buttering you up for something.
Of course.
This will be entertaining.
Oh dear.
It will be. That it will be.
It's not the right time yet, so she has lots of time to butter you up.
I feel like I should be concerned.
Probably less than you think.
She only wants your soul.
What?
Sure, something close to that, anyway. I mean, on a cosmic scale.
Oh dear.
Oh my.
No, elk.
Hey, well,
Oh dear.
our resident elk is no longer as prone to getting cut up.
Yay. We like that.
Say, elk. It should dry darker at least. It's kind of
Yep.
white looking. Is that fine?
That's okay.
Okay.
That's good.
It should dry a little bit darker at least.
Yeah. That'll be fine.
Alrighty.
Fiona will thank everyone for the encouraging words that she didn't mess up as badly as she feared. Because while Dory is persuasive, it's much more persuasive when everybody tells her, fuck that
Yeah.
dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, what can you do, though? What can you do?
Right? Roll a persuasion check with the -2. That's what you can do.
I mean, you were the one who asked.
I was the one who asked. I got too used to being a rogue in the previous session with knowledge of gems.
Yes, I'm not used to being the persuasive one.
Dory, you've gone and made yourself the face.
Yep. Wasn't really what I had in mind, but that's okay.
It happens.
Yep. Dory's kind of pouting at her newspaper article. But
Dory, they don't know what they turned down. Don't worry about it. We'll find someone to write our story.
well, I'll just keep and she does have it all set up to put in a scrapbook. Says, I'm going to keep a scrapbook of all of our stuff. So, if we ever need to talk ourselves up, we're going to have stories and pictures and the whole 9 yards.
Excellent.
I like that. You remember things better if you have a picture of it.
That's right. And if you write it down when it happens,
Yeah.
rather than trying to remember it a year later. I mean, we're going to remember we're the first ones who saw a spider chicken.
Right?
Well, after the guys.
Well, after
Caught
the
it.
that's true. But we killed the knoll. So, you know.
So they don't count anymore.
That's right.
They weren't going to tell anybody important anyway.
Yeah. Oh, they weren't going to tell anybody outside the dungeon anyway, so.
No, if anything, if
Yeah.
you guys had to give it a guess, it looked like they were going to try to figure out how to eat it.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I think they were going to try to eat it.
To be fair, that was also Lantern's impulse.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's doing more good as research.
Oh, yeah. I think I would have to put the whole thing on a big rotisserie, and I don't think we have the right equipment for that. And also, I would need like 4 more thorns to help lift it.
Yeah, I just...
But
Speaking
you do
of,
remember Thran did not look like the biggest of wolves, and he just threw that up over one shoulder and carried it off.
hmm. That reminds me. I know that symbol of his was the dragon's crest, but for the life of me, I can't remember which one. I hate that.
That's going to drive you crazy. I hate it when
It
that
is.
I'm going to make another history check.
Yeah, because
ahead.
It's been a while.
he's been mulling
It's
that
been a day.
over.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Drive yourself further down the rabbit hole of madness.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, what the hell is his history? Oh, I forgot. His history. He's not proficient in history. Oh. No, hey, it still got pretty good.
Yeah, it's not
Don't
bad at all.
know.
Oh, no.
Damn it! Ah,
Don't you hate that tip of the tongue feeling?
yeah, it must have been one of the more obscure things my parents taught me. So many lessons. Ah, well, one of these days it'll come to me. I hope.
I'm sure.
Well, by then we might have met whoever that crest belongs to, so meh. Either or.
Either or. I'm regretting giving you jewelry on your fingers, Dory.
Yes, that would be tough to paint.
I am
Oh,
trying
no.
to paint around it.
That would be even worse.
Uh,
Should have just ordered you guys colored models.
well, apart from giving the jeweler's store another crack later, what is our plan? Where are we heading next?
Well, as soon as
A couple of days, so why don't we try to find some stuff that we can add to our wagon?
we could do that.
How much money do we have on hand for modifications?
We have 719 gold pieces that we can work with.
Okay.
Not counting what we each have in our own pockets for anything specifically that we really, really want for furnishings. Because I'm buying a ladder, I don't care what anybody says.
I think we can all agree on the latter is a necessity. I mean, I just think that one is
Getting
should
up
be
and
a
down from
no-brainer.
the roof to fire weapons at people. It would
Yes.
make much more sense to have a ladder.
I would like
Yes.
to buy a hammock for me, please. But I don't think that is something that we need to do with the funds.
No, I think a hammock is something that we can buy for ourselves.
Yeah, they're not too bad either. They're like a couple of silver, I think.
Hammocks are a couple of gold.
Okay.
So the latter is only a couple of silver.
Okay.
Which
yeah.
doesn't make any sense because a hammock is literally just fabric.
On the thing it says extreme competition and price undercutting has made the latter one of Beastworld's cheapest works of carpentry by weight.
Jeez. Which means ladders are sold at a loss.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that they can get they can get you for everything else.
Yeah. Price unaccountably 1 silver piece.
Okay.
That is cheap.
We've got
Yeah.
Ladders aren't even sold for the material value.
No.
God.
Do you think maybe we could put in a furniture loft? We don't actually have to put furniture in it. We could put storage and general things so we have an actual place for it and I don't sleep on a bag of potatoes. Of course, I can continue to sleep on a bag of potatoes if we need to.
You don't have space for a loft.
We don't have space for... Oh. Okay, we don't have big enough yet.
Huh.
The wagon is 10 feet tall on the interior. Otherwise, 2 people will be knocking their head about all day long.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We probably need to buy more space before we can get more, like a lot more stuff.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We can definitely get a couple of hammocks.
Yeah. Let's see, 700.
Huh.
Yeah. I think we should use those for like fittings or components to add like weapons or something.
Yeah, side note, I noticed that for components there's no price range or anything. for any of them.
Attachment price for grade 1 components is 360 gold pieces.
Where does it say that?
Up where it says
Page
grade.
338. There's
Yeah.
337.
No, it doesn't list by the components themselves because they're all priced the same.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
So we probably ought to get one component, one weapon, and we just have to decide which one is best.
Well, we can only get
Yeah.
a grade 1, so we only have a few choices.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we could do a ballista. Could do a precision rail bow. I don't know what that is.
Basically a mounted turret.
Mm.
If you're proficient with hand crossbow, you're proficient with that.
I think I am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but one of the components with multiple uses, definitely a good idea, I would think.
No, the railbow is not belt fed.
Oh, well. That'd be cool. Dory will say, I am proficient with hand crossbows, so.
That would be an option.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mount it to the
Or
roof
if we
and-
want something to help us get away from things, we could always go with a smoke screen. So we can either go defensive or offensive.
I think
Or we get a net thrower, which is a little of both.
Oh, I like that.
I'm partial to either the ballista or the railbow, personally.
Fiona pipes up, I can't use either. I don't know anything about giant weapons like
Oh,
that.
I can't use anything. None of these are usable by me, but I'm driving most of the time anyway.
True.
Because you're not proficient doesn't mean you can't use them. It just
Yeah,
means you're
it's less
screaming while
likely
using them.
I mean, we do a precision railbow, you could put me on it.
True. But you could also do that
Same.
with the ballista. The ballista has a longer range.
Yeah, significantly. I'm
Which
looking
do you,
at-
for the ballista, do you need to be proficient in that? Do you need heavy crossbow proficiency dice?
You need martial proficiency.
Oh, I'm not martial. I don't have proficiency in martial.
Well, that's the big advantage
do.
of the railgun, I think.
yeah.
Well, everything says they're martial.
Yeah,
The hand
but
cannonball is martial weapons. Net thrower is martial ranged. Precision railbow is martial ranged. Ballista is martial ranged.
well, the interesting thing is railbow is one of the few ones that say you have to be proficient with this in order to be proficient with it.
Ah.
Dice, does that mean that everything else you just have to be proficient in martial weapons?
This is an interesting exception because martial weapons proficiency base gives you proficiency with a hand crossbow. So that is a very interesting little
Yeah,
Well, see, I get
Hold on.
proficiency specifically as
Yes.
a bard for hand crossbow.
yes, and that's
The
why I'm saying it's
precision
interesting.
railbow, right?
Yeah, that would be the precision railbow.
I'm seeing ranged commercial, not
In the description,
body.
creatures
Ah,
proficient with hand crossbows are proficient with this weapon.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Attacks using
I
the
think-
precision railbow have advantage against targets at least 120 feet away.
Are we sure that's just like for the people who don't have martial proficiency but do have hand crossbow
Yeah.
proficiency? Okay.
Yes.
Probably.
All right. Just making sure I understand what we meant.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
mean,
why
it's-
Dory would be able to use it with proficiency, but everyone else who can only use simple weapons cannot.
Well,
yeah, but
I can use martial, so
so
I think
you're
you would be proficient with it.
Yes.
with
Yeah, you
both
need-
this and the ballista.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the hand cannonball and the net
Yeah.
thrower and the
Yes, I'd be able to be.
Use anything. But
All the
Dory would
weapons.
be able to use the precision railbow even if she can't use anything else.
counterpoint, if it, how, something that bugs me is that outside of getting it through class proficiencies, you can't really get general martial weapon proficiency. You have to train in a specific weapon if you go that route. So
So that does
how that doesn't make sense to me
So-
why you would need general martial weapon proficiency for all of these except this one weapon.
No, if you have a general martial weapon proficiency, you're proficient with this weapon. Someone who's not proficient in martial, but still proficient with hand crossbows would be proficient with the railbow.
What he's saying is that all the weapons require martial proficiency. This is the only one that doesn't actually need that as long as you have that other weapon.
Yeah, the
Proficiency. And
as-
that's what he's saying is kind of odd.
Yeah, the railbow is one of the only ones with a specific exception like that. So
Yeah.
if they all need general martial weapon proficiency, every class who doesn't have that is kind of screwed. Or well, not
well, they
screwed, but
probably figure that the people manning these weapons are usually the ones who have the martial proficiency.
typically
Or you do something like the absorbing ram or the smoke screen.
just seems oddly restrictive. And not in a way you can really insurmount.
Generally speaking, it is because most parties are fairly balanced between those who do and don't have martial proficiencies.
I think Thorn also has martial proficiency.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so we do have 2 people who'd be able to man them, but I think that's it.
I'm going to say right now, your guys' party is kind of unusually lightweight in your weapon proficiencies. It's very caster heavy.
I just punch shit.
You still have
I
4
don't punch
casters
shit.
per
I
party.
hit shit though.
True.
However.
Yeah. Thorn would have martial weapons proficiency.
Your DMG.
Bruno has martial weapons proficiency.
Yep.
You're right. We are awfully light on the martial proficiencies.
We are.
Yes.
So I think just in terms of usability for like better aim, we should probably go with the precision railbow.
You can always train up proficiency in these specific tools.
Yeah.
Don't want you to forget about that.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
with
I
the
just mean
railbow,
like right out of the gate, more people will be able to use the precision railbow more effectively.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Fiona needs to go back to the blacksmith. She forgot to buy slings.
Go ahead
Or
and,
something or other.
I think it was a sling you were after.
I think so.
I think she was also going to buy a sling for Lantern.
Yes.
Or was it a sling I was after? Did I
Yeah,
choose
the
that right?
sling you were
And then you
after.
pick up rocks off the side of the road.
Yeah.
There it is.
I know slings aren't expensive.
No.
Probably because most idiots can make them with a piece of fabric.
No, they are
Yeah.
particularly cheap.
By the way, smoke screens aren't available for the Iron Axe.
Oh, they aren't?
Mm-mm. If you look at the first, right before the components are listed, it gives you which ones each of the different
Oh, okay.
wagon types can do.
Fair.
And smoke
So never
screen
mind
isn't
that.
there. Yep. Nor is the net thrower. So
All right.
So it's
I mean, we could just ignore a martial completely and just go with the absorbing ram.
that's true too.
Alright. So we already had
And
a
just
ram.
Have quite a bit of
And then
fun with an absorbing ram.
and just, ram things harder.
Functionally.
You had me at ram things harder.
You can choose to do fire, lightning, or thunder damage to people as the driver lantern if we go with the absorbing ram.
Yeah, you can only
if
use
you
it
take
once,
that
though.
damage first.
Only if we take that damage first.
Yeah, you can only use that property once before it needs to be replenished.
During the next minute.
That's
No,
how I
it-
feel about that.
Yeah.
No,
can
I
only
mean, it has
absorb-
one
Okay.
charge before you need to replenish it.
Yeah.
Yeah, by taking more damage again.
No,
No.
I'm saying it can only use
No,
that
I
property.
misread it. I thought it was like the absorb element spell, and then it caveats further down.
Yeah. It can absorb and deal extra damage once before it must be replenished.
Yep.
So, can't just keep using it.
Yeah.
I'd say go with the railbow.
Mm-hmm.
Which apparently the railbow is magazine fed.
Yeah, you can hold
It's
20
not
bolts.
belt fed, but it's still magazine fed.
Yep.
Oh,
20 volts before it must be replenished.
Yeah, you just have to. It's just like a bolt action,
Literally.
essentially.
standard. Is it standard crossbow bolts?
It does
It
not
just
say.
says
Doesn't
it just
say.
says 20 volts.
Okay, how is replenishment handled, actually?
You have to buy the ammo.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm asking if
And
it's
it
regular.
is
crossbow.
standard bolts, but it
Okay,
does have a minimum range.
Yeah.
Yeah, 240.
No.
Oh, no.
Any medium or smaller within 30 feet can't be targeted.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it has a minimum range.
If it's large, it can target closer than that, but
Well, yeah, because at that point it's the broadside of a barn.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because basically you can't point the turret down far enough to hit it at that point. It
Shoot,
doesn't.
now I meant to buy crossbow bolts when we were. We're gonna have to go back to the weapon shop, Fiona.
We are.
You and
I'm
I-
sorry. We were
Oh.
distracted.
We were very
Alright.
distracted.
You were upset
Alright.
over the dragon.
We were.
We were. We're gonna have to go back. You're gonna have to buy your slings. I have to buy crossbow bolts, and I'll pick up some extra for the wagon.
Yeah.
Do any of us even know if? Do any of us even know about expanding the wagon size and how to do that?
Lantern has heard stories about it, but does not know that you don't know.
Dear.
Well, none of y'all have been to a magic shop yet, so
Nope.
No. That's
True. Or
All right. So we are going to get the precision railgun then. Or precision railbow.
yeah.
I think we're all agreed.
Yep.
Mhm.
seems like it. Sounds like you
Cool,
all
then
have
I will
reached a consensus.
Yep. Then I will deduct
Now,
that from
Are
our.
we gonna put it on the roof or on the
It goes
other
on the
half of the
roof.
dragon?
You can put it in the passenger side of the driver's seat as well.
Then you can't use it. You can't use the second half of the driver's seat. So
Yeah, I'd
I
say
tend to say put it on the roof.
Yeah.
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 Especially way later down the line, we'll be able to we'll be able to have a cover on the roof too.
Yep.
What's the matter? You don't really vulnerable to ranged attacks? Or flying enemies? Or low-hanging well, no, you're going to be vulnerable to low-hanging branches regardless, because to hell with roof delvers.
Okay, so we're gonna put the now where are we gonna put the thing? Which of there are 8 squares that we have currently.
So we're buying this at the wagon shop.
Yes.
While we are at the wagon shop, Lantern would like to ask a clerk somewhat excitedly if he knows where we can buy more space to put in the wagon.
Which is,
Probably.
in any other situation, a completely unhinged question, except for here.
Where it
Where it
makes
actually makes
perfect sense.
Yes.
Honestly, some of the party, including Vellos, are still going to be very confused and looking
Yep.
at Lantern like she's insane.
You're looking to get more space. Your best bet's probably going to be one of the local magic shops.
Wait, what?
Oh, thank you. Do you have any you would
That's
recommend, or
okay.
should I just shop around?
How the hell does that work?
I mean, I'd recommend the one closest to us just down the street.
That works.
She looks at the direction that he points and nods excitedly and thanks him for the guidance.
Okay, which of the 8 squares do we want to put the precision railbow in? We want it to go in the back of the wagon, the front of the wagon, the middle of the wagon,
I think front makes a lot of sense.
over the driver or over the passenger?
Over the driver, if we're just picking randomly.
Okay. Is the driver on the left or the right? Are we doing American style or
Is this American style wagon driving or UK?
Oh, why? Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Whatever you pick, Vignotte's going to be the opposite.
Okay.
Fuck it, let's do American.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will do American.
Alright, Vignotte's the only one that uses a European style driving method.
Probably best that Thorn decided not to be the driver then.
You would be so confused.
Thorn's gonna sit there and be like, why is this easier to hold in my left hand?
Okay.
Either way, after we do buy the ladder, the ballista, not the ballista, the rail bow, and presumably this is where I can go ahead and spend, 3 gold to get a hammock?
Yeah.
2, I think.
Something like
Dory's
that.
going to do the same. Dory's
Yeah.
going to get a hammock too. And
Fiona will also buy herself a hammock. Or
Okay, just confirming hammock is 2 gold.
Confirmed.
yes.
yes,
Yep.
or at least
I just got to that page in the book.
I deducted a silver piece for my ladder.
Absolutely valid.
okay. Do we want to?
Before we do get too far into it, Lantern is going to ask the rest of the group if they would like to check out the magic shop to see if we can get more space.
More.
I'm
Fiona
good.
is down for it. We've got
Okay.
359 gold pieces left after buying the railbow.
From what I saw,
We
that
should
means
find
we
out how
can
much
get
it
one
costs to get more space then.
Oh, and Bruno will also get himself a hammock. Wait, no, Bruno still has the tent. Never mind.
So he's not sleeping in the wagon?
He can sleep on the roof.
Yeah.
Okay,
He
I
has a
haven't-
tent.
that's true.
I have no idea what we can afford space-wise inside the wagon right now.
Well, that's why we should go to the store, look at it, and think about it.
That's one of the
Actually,
reasons
you
why he's not
have-
getting.
Of the baseline 8 interior squares of the wagon, you functionally have 6 available because 2 are used up for supply storage.
Okay.
And
But
that's
does
why
the
I would
back
really
do-
like to look.
Back to our storage.
Yeah. Or whichever 2 you want to use up for storage would be that.
I cannot visualize the dimensions for this stuff. Going by text alone. Oh, that's going to fuck with me so much.
Well, I
Mhm.
tell you what. At some point, I will get this scanned in and share it with the group. Because I'm kind of making notes.
Yeah.
So I will make it work a little bit. Make it look a little nicer. Like, not misspell precision.
I
That's not gonna work.
think for
Okay,
now.
how many people have hammocks?
Lantern has a hammock.
Fiona has a
Lantern?
hammock.
Fiona? Dory? Anybody else? Okay, we've got 3 hammocks.
Oh dear. Okay. Coloring in eyes is not going to work. I do not have a brush precise enough.
Oh no.
Okay, let's go talk to the guy about special space.
Woohoo! A day when I do not sleep on the potatoes is closer at hand.
Oh,
Potatoes are one of the less comfy vegetables, is the problem. I would much prefer to sleep on cabbages. They have much more support.
I'll take your word for it.
Never really thought of it.
never
I
really
believe I
wanted
have
to think
spent more
about it.
time sleeping on vegetables than either of you, she says, as though bragging.
It's not a brag.
Why not?
Could be.
She looks genuinely curious.
um. Great. Now I can't think of a way to explain it.
See, there is no good reason, and therefore it is a brag. Aha! And having successfully won the argument, in her opinion, she goes to start cleaning up the meatball residue.
To be fair, she won the argument, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think Vellos is singularly focused on saving up for being able to install a forge in their wagon.
How much
I
does
like how
Vellos need
Vellos
for
doesn't
that?
question putting a forge in the wagon, but absolutely questions getting more space.
I think maybe that's because on some level, a forge is an object you can put on a wagon and like drive away with, and space is not. I mean, we can, but it's nuts that we can.
Space is a bit more of a nebulous concept.
Yep.
Yeah.
Either way, Lantern is very excited to see what space looks like when somebody sells it to you.
So,
Even if we do not buy it, she is hoping to learn this.
as you enter the magic shop, the shopkeeper does actually have wagon space on display. And you know that impossible cube image? Where the back
No.
side is visible through the front side?
Yes.
Yeah, the
Yep.
I
Tesseract,
do-
I think.
No, not a tesseract.
Tesseract is a 4-dimensional cube.
This is an impossible shape.
Oh,
Oh, wait,
is
no.
it like the one on page 356?
Yes, 356 of the Delver's Hand of the Delver's Guide. You will find exactly what I'm talking about.
Right, that. Yeah, I got them mixed up.
Ah,
That is trippy as hell.
Yeah, it's
Ugh.
kind of breaking your brain a little bit looking at it.
Yeah, that's a shape your brain doesn't like.
it's like it's shiny in a color we haven't invented yet.
Ugh. Why am I still looking at it?
It's hard to look away, isn't it?
Does
yeah.
this impossible
Yeah, it
shape
really is hard to look away.
does it happen to have a price tag?
It does
They're just-
not.
They're just boxes with a weird shape on them. What?
Yeah, no, they're a little bit weird, says a rabbit walking out from the back of the shop. But, I mean, that's also kind of what apparently a bag of holding looks like on the inside.
Interesting. I didn't realize bag of holdings looked like anything on the inside.
I didn't
It
either,
looks like
but
instead of any kind of bag.
experiences will make fools of us all.
Well, fair enough, I guess.
Now, what can I get you guys for?
Well,
We don't have very
Yeah.
much space in our wagon, and we were wondering if we could buy something about that.
I mean, much like that above me?
Yeah.
Excellent. The ever constant problem of not enough space. We all know it. We all hate it. So before we got too crazy into this, do you have any others of these installed in your wagon?
I don't
No.
think so.
No.
We just got it.
It's the same
Okay.
size on the inside and the outside.
Okay, that makes things a lot easier. Installing these things gets a little more harder and a little more expensive the more of them you got.
Awesome.
And a little more time consuming. Look, you gotta stabilize the magic.
How much space comes in one of those shapes?
A good 5 by 10 feet. 5 or 10 feet vertically, because, well,
Okay.
that's how you build wagons. But it will physically expand the interior of your wagon without even touching the outside.
Which sounds good to us.
Interesting.
Isn't it? Clever work of magic, that is. Now, I will say, when you're getting these installed, you can't do anything weird with them.
What is weird in this context?
Well, you can't have a window be on one side of the wagon, on the outside, and then be on a side of the interior wagon that wouldn't face the outside. So you could have, for an example being, you could have two windows next to each other on the outside, but then on the inside they can be 20 feet apart. That's not a problem.
But they gotta be on the same wall.
Yes, the problem comes if you have a wagon with an L-shaped wall on the inside, and you try to put the window on the inside of the L, because there's no L shape on the outside of the wagon.
That's making my brain hurt just trying to picture it.
Lantern is nodding as though this all makes quite a bit of sense to her.
Now, I could go into the more complex arcane equations of all of this, but it looks like your friend here is about to explode.
I don't think any of us, frankly, would follow the arcane equations.
If Fiona would raise her hand, I might be able to, but I wouldn't know unless I heard them.
Okay, well,
I'm not good at asking people to do things, but I do know those kinds of things. But we aren't here to learn the arcane equations for increasing wagon space. I think we're just here for the wagon space.
That's completely fine. We'd be here all month.
I don't think any of us have time for that.
No.
No.
Yeah, me neither.
So, how much are these things?
Okay, so
And we
for
have
your first
no
one,
extra space.
your first one is going to be. I have to go to it. Hang on. Have their own separate pricing.
Yep.
357.
Yes, I went past it. Thank you. So since you don't have any of them installed, your first two will run you 200 gold apiece.
I think we should get one.
Well, that's all
How much
we
do
can
we have
afford.
left over?
359.
We should get one, and Lantern would not object to chipping in to get two.
We have almost enough.
357, you said?
359.
359. So that would be 140. No, 41 extra to afford two, which would be 7 gold pieces each.
I am
We wanted
happy
to
to
get
throw
that.
in an additional 7 gold pieces for
So-
mine.
So we can get 2 spaces?
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
So am I.
Sure.
Extra space is always welcome.
Indeed.
Everybody else?
Yep.
Thorn will be the last one to put his 7 gold in. He's not upset about the decision, but he definitely doesn't want to be giving up his gold.
I feel like Thorn will end up appreciating it more than most, given that he is a large and antlered man who will now be able to stretch his entire length out, potentially on the floor.
Vellos isn't ecstatic about it, but he needs space for for a forge in the future, so he's willing to invest.
Also, a large and winged man who will no longer be having to sleep on the potatoes either.
That too.
Right?
That too.
All right,
Yes,
so we are
having none
buying
of us sleeping on the potatoes sounds like a good thing.
we are buying 2
Yeah.
cubes of space, and that leaves us with 0 gold pieces left in our wagons. Fun.
Actually, I think it leaves us with 1 gold piece.
All
A
right.
singular gold in the wagon fund.
356, 357 will explain how you can have a wagon set up with the spatial cubes.
Yeah.
In a way that makes sense. I say with heavy parentheses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
None of this makes sense.
No.
however,
We've
The
got
way
the
I
TARDIS.
see it, we could, one thing we could do is we could make a longer wagon.
On
The
the
other thing
inside.
is we could make a wagon with 2 alcoves.
okay, well,
I think
kind of.
I think long wagon would be more practical at this point. But I'm
Yeah.
open to anything.
Long
Yep.
wagon isn't
I'm-
real. Long wagon cannot hurt you.
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm just trying to, future because to
On page 402, there's a schematic with a whole bunch of boxes on it that you can use to visually see the interior of the wagon.
Yeah, that's the
What
thing
page?
I printed out.
402.
I think that's the page I printed out.
The bolded
Yes.
lines are what we started with,
Yes.
and then each cube will give us 1 more box.
Okay, and I was just looking at the space requirements for a furnace, which a furnace is going to be 5 by 5 by 10, I think.
Yeah. Well, the 10 is the height.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We're just going to assume all
basically one
additional
cube.
cubes.
At some point, I believe it would make sense to put in an alcove specifically for your forge. But since I don't think that's in our spending power yet, it would make more sense just to make the wagon bigger.
yeah, true, and
Yeah, the forge would be 2,000 gold.
Yeah.
and that's just the bare minimum. Like
Yeah.
for a wood or coal fired furnace and the forge itself, and we'd probably want to get at least a hybrid
Yeah.
for the oven
Yeah.
for lantern as well, and a boiler.
Yeah.
For whenever we wanted or needed that.
Which also means
So-
you'll need water storage capacity.
Yeah, that. Well,
Yeah.
We
the
would
Right
have
now,
it-
though, it'll just
we-
be nice for all of us to be able to lie down in our own square.
we would with the
Yeah.
hybrid we would have the boiler. We wouldn't need to use it immediately.
Yeah.
But
All right. So, do we want to have one on each side of the same area, so it's like a long alcove, or 2 squares next to each other, so we've kind of got like a very stubby L going on?
I think just make long wagon. Just put them at the end of the wagon.
All right, and make it 5 squares long.
That would be my my suggestion.
so what?
Okay.
Would the I'm just trying to visualize because I'm really
I'm trying to hold this in
Kind of
front of the
thing.
camera, but I'm really bad at that.
Our wagon is currently 2 squares wide, 4 squares long.
Yeah,
Thinking
I
make
get
it 5 squares long, 2 squares wide.
yeah. I'm just for my sake, visual sake. I don't mind extending it by 2 squares. That's perfectly fine by me. I'm just trying to visualize.
Basically, you've got 2 squares wide, 5 squares long, and two of those 5, or one row of those 5 squares can't be seen from the outside. It's only there on the inside.
Yeah.
Think the TARDIS.
I get that. I'm just trying to visualize the 5x5x10 in my head because it's not.
Oh, the 10 is the
10
height.
is vertical.
The 10 is
Don't
the
worry
height.
about the vertical.
Okay,
It's
so
Here,
5
I've,
by 5 cube.
would that just be 2 squares next to each other?
Here,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
it'd be like this. This is what we already have. I'm sharing my screen at the moment on Discord. This is what we already have, and she's suggesting that we add these 2 squares to it, so it'd be like this.
Okay, so we need.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And each square is 5 feet by 5 feet by 10 feet.
The 10 feet being height.
Yeah, 10 feet being height. So we would essentially make it 10 feet wider and 5 feet longer.
Okay.
Blue came
Yeah, that.
very aggressively over the purple.
Yeah. That. Like I said, that's fine with me. I was just trying to
Visualize.
Yeah.
That's what the visual aids were
vi-
for.
visualize the.
I don't know if the sharing screen helped. I was just like, this is something I can do.
Oh, Vellos is struggling with 5D math, and I completely understand.
Right?
You know, I am bad with this kind of spatial visualization.
It's a little harsh.
Yeah.
It's a little harsh.
I just wanted to visualize the space I would need to.
It's
I
a
would need
little
to.
harsh.
I
For the
slash
forge,
we
you
would
would need one of those squares.
Yeah. One of these squares entirely.
Oh, just one. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's
that's
5
all
by
you
5
need.
by
That's
10.
5 by
why I'm
5 by
saying
10.
don't worry about the vertical. Because it's
Yeah.
X, Y by Z, and Z is up and down.
Okay.
So you only need 1 square for your forge, but your forge is expensive.
Actually, no. Hang on.
Yeah.
No, X axis, Y axis. Okay, so it would require 2 squares. The Z axis is another X, Y, Z. The Z axis, yes, you will need 2 squares for your forge.
Okay, but
There we go.
that's still
Right. That's
Not-
not too much compared to the price of the forge so far.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
We'll just need to try.
let's
To.
take a 10-minute break and let
Yep.
people's brains cool off.
Yeah, that kind of fried me a bit. Honestly,
Yep.
God. Oh,
I'm gonna stop sharing my screen.
I need to
Okay.
heat. I need to heat up a sandwich anyway.
Okay.
All right, I'll be right
Start,
back.
so I'm starting
Alright.
to feel the smoke coming out of Vellos.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we are out of money. We have a rail bow and some space. Woohoo!
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nice,
will
we're
be
we're
right
out of
back as
wagon
well.
money. All of us have a little bit of our own money.
I'm back! I don't know if anyone else is.
I am back, but I am eating a sandwich.
That is a good reason not to be talking because of manners.
Same. I'm back with sandwich as well.
Sandwich is a popular choice tonight. I have random cookie dough from the fridge.
Well, this is one of my work sandwiches, and I didn't want to make anything else.
You know, I don't have work sandwiches. I work from home, so I guess any sandwich that I make is a work sandwich.
Well, you don't want them to be work sandwiches, so work sandwiches are just worse than normal sandwiches.
I agree wholeheartedly, but literally any food I throw together on a weekday is worse than food that I'm, like, enjoying.
Yeah, that's sad.
I guess what I'm saying is you don't have to leave the house for a work sandwich to suck.
Yeah, but leaving the house is like the second worst part.
Well, yeah,
of
it
a
makes
work
it suck
sandwich.
more, definitely.
It doesn't help that the lady at Jewel cut my lunch meat and my cheese too thick.
Oh, I hate that. And you're like, this is not texturally the experience I signed up for today.
It's not, and there was a line, so I wasn't going to be that guy who's like, I need you to recut this because you're cutting this too thick. I just wanted to get my stuff and get out of there.
Completely reasonable, especially if you have a Jewel Osco with employees as unpleasant as the ones at my Jewel Osco.
I don't think she was unpleasant. I just don't think I could understand her.
Mine are straight up unpleasant. Like, they're not nice.
You need a new Jewel Osco.
I do need a
I'm
new
back.
Jewel Osco, because the one that I have, it was the absolute shittiest place to buy groceries during the pandemic.
What's going on?
We're
The
talking
Jewel
about-
Osco in the mall near my house is hands down the least pleasant place I shopped during the pandemic because our employees are mean.
Ah,
I'm sorry, who are we being mean to?
The Jewel Osco employees were being mean to me 4 years ago.
So
How
we're
dare
complaining
I.
about the Jewel Osco employees.
How dare they be mean to you?
right?
How dare?
To be fair, the customers were worse.
Fair enough. Not really, but fair enough.
A lot of insane old people at that Jewel.
Oh, fun. Vellos,
Yes.
how do you feel about 5-dimensional chess with multiverse time travel?
Feck off.
It's an interesting game.
No bully dragon.
Hey, I'm just saying, even chess experts are absolute novices when it comes to that mess. So I would not worry about, feeling bad about it.
If it's any consolation, I'm so bad at regular chess that when people get beaten by me, they don't take it well.
Not sure that's consolation more than it is just a shame for the people who lose against you.
Oh, it's super funny anytime it happens. I fucking love that shit. Because on some level, they all have a strategy, and it doesn't work on me because I'm an idiot who doesn't know shit about chess.
Oh, what the shit, you weren't kidding. That's an actual thing.
Yeah, it's an
Yes.
actual game.
What the hell?
I believe it's mostly intended for insane people.
Yes. As one person put it, the great part about this game is chess novice or chess pro, it doesn't matter.
Good God.
There is no god that made that thing.
Good demon.
Even the demons have abandoned us when you pull that out.
Nobody wants responsibility for that mess.
This is a construct of mortals and mortals alone.
I guess mortals, the ultimate evil.
Not really evil, more than I would say madness.
Chaos.
Oh, the camera makes that look like I just smudged blue all over the place. I did not. I'm only doing the trim. Alright, do we have a... Oh, we're missing Dory still.
It sounds like we're missing Dory still.
Yes.
Seems like it.
Maybe Bruno too. I haven't heard him yet.
We might be missing both of them right now.
Family's out.
I feel like he would have piped in when we were complaining about Julasco workers.
Probably. Whatever Julasco is.
It's a local grocery chain. Well, technically, Jewel is a local grocery chain. Jewel Osco is a local grocery and pharmacy chain.
Ah, I see.
It has a good bakery, but mean people work there. At mine, anyway. The one in Schaumburg's fine.
Does the bakery make up for the mean employees?
Not at my location.
A shame.
I have to go to the Polish grocery store with all the windows that you have to make a U-turn to get into.
Oh well.
I believe they belong to the same chain of stores that Albertsons does.
The Polish or the Lasco?
The Jewel Osco. The Polish
Jewel
one, I
Osco.
don't know if it's a chain or not.
Because I just know that when I buy bulk gift cards for like Thanksgiving for the store, it is not through Julasco, it is through a parent company.
It has like a million different stores that you can use it at.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, that's fairly standard for gift cards, but no, I get it. It's probably parent company then. That's always exciting. Oh, Dory and Bruno. Where are you now?
They must still be making not work sandwiches. Because sandwiches seem to be the theme tonight.
Dude, I just threw some potato wedges in the microwave.
I went even lazier and grabbed cookie dough from a pre-made package.
Baked cookie
We're gonna have
dough.
leftover chicken.
It was not baked goods. It was specifically unbaked goods. I did not take the time to bake one.
Unbaked cookie dough.
I just heated up the other half of a Subway sandwich I got.
I heated up leftover chicken wings and covered them in hot sauce.
It's a pretty good way to eat chicken wings.
That's a way to do it.
You are weak.
And you are obsessed.
I'm not obsessed. I am a problem. That's completely different. Okay. Rose, can you contact them by any means? Because it's been more than 10 minutes at this point.
Mm.
Okay, well, that's Dory mostly done. I just have to, like, color the loot, but that's something that can wait. I'll cover the loot and the jewelry and the jewelry. Gotta let Dory dry.
Oh, the jewelry.
It's all very tiny, and I do not have a precision brush. But I have this really good soap that's great for cleaning out the paint from acrylic.
That's good.
Paint water.
Delicious.
The best.
And I'm back.
There you are.
There's
Sorry.
one.
Send
Uh,
to rescue.
Dory was making her food and we were chatting. We hadn't quite
Well-
realized too much time had passed.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Oh God!
What?
It happened.
I just looked at what was in the general.
Oh God.
I've
5D
looked.
chess.
I've looked at buying that before because I used to love chess.
I remember
yes.
playing with you ages ago.
Well, chess is
Yes.
a fun game. Whatever that is not chess.
It's one of the reasons I never bought it.
It is
Yeah.
technically chess.
It's just. Ugh.
It's a living hellscape.
Yes.
It's just you know that the gods and devils alike have abandoned you the moment you boot up 5D chess.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Anyways. With cubes being installed.
And we now have Longwagon.
Yes.
That too. That too.
Cool.
All praise.
Yeah.
Despite all her big talk, I'm pretty sure Lantern does also hang her new hammock right over the potatoes.
Space efficient.
You also think she's got it wrong at first because she's got both of the hammock straps tied to this, like hooked onto the same hook. And then you see her scurry into the resulting weird little bundle with great enthusiasm and speed.
Huh.
Dory will
Fair enough.
attach her hammock to two different hooks or what have you.
Is that comfortable, Lantern?
Yes, it's like a little cocoon.
Each their own. I need space to stretch out a bit.
Well,
This
I
is
can
a lot
imagine
more
you would.
space than in the last burrow I made. I didn't do a very good job on it.
To be fair, you were tunneling through rock. That's a little harder.
She also, I don't know if when she made the last one, she was actually awakened yet.
Nope.
Oh, Vellos,
Yes.
I forgot to tell you.
What?
My brother Nolan is really looking forward to meeting you.
Who's your brother?
My brother Nolan.
Why is he
Yeah.
excited to meet me?
Well, you see, he's a metal worker.
You immediately see Velos's face light up.
Yeah, exactly.
I see.
Yeah, so he's also a sculptor. So you know, my parents are like, you can't go to Gosier yet. Don't just take off. Because he really wants to meet you. So, when we can manage to get to Louvain, everybody wants to meet y'all.
Oh, lovely.
Victorine is especially interested in meeting Lantern.
Yeah, don't
I'm not
figure
I
sure
like
out.
to meet
why.
people, so that will be fun and exciting for me also.
Dory,
Yeah,
did you,
yeah.
I wish I
Oh,
could.
I forgot to open my package.
yes.
And she's going to tear into her package.
I wish I could find a way to get messages to my folks.
Do I need to tell you what's in the package, or was the letter pretty clear on that?
The letter was pretty clear. It's just clothes, right?
Yes.
Nothing fancy about them.
Well, I mean, by your standards.
Well,
They're fancy as in there's lace. I don't know if they're fancy as in special variety.
I mean, there probably isn't lace because Dory's not really that kind of a girly. She's more of a fashionista. So she wants a little bit of style, fashion to them. And, you know, her mother is a dressmaker. Her father is a tailor. So, you know.
Yep. Okay, who's the next victim?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Vellos, I haven't thought of a base coat for you yet, so.
I think if no one's got any other specific shopping to do, Fiona's going to want to go back to the blacksmith to get that sling.
Need to go
Easy
back
enough.
to the weapon shop. Yeah. And I need crossbow bolts. Lots and lots of crossbow bolts.
Yeah, we need ammo for the new rail bow.
Mhm.
And I
Yep.
think at least a few of us need top-ups to our crossbow covers.
I know
That's
somebody
very
wants to
much
try
what
coming
I'm
back to the
looking
jewelry shop. At least you guys mentioned it.
Yeah, we want to go back to the jeweler shop, but we don't want it to be to Fiona and I.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to try to make sure that it's Pierre who's there and not the dragon.
Oh, she's a sweetie.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
I can't change channels. My fingers are covered in hot sauce. I don't want to touch my mouse.
That's understandable.
Yeah, that's
Well, the only thing that's in there is a 100% valid way to hammock, so.
I want to see it, but I can't. I have to go rinse my fingers. I will be right back.
Okay.
I have my headset on. I will be able to hear you all, but I will be muted so I do not have the water pouring in your ears.
Okay.
Ah,
Okay. All I really need to do is Dory's loot, and then the jewelry, but that can wait for never. So who's the next victim going on to the model easel?
I lost connection with Roll20. What the?
5 of you. Well, really 4 if you haven't thought of palette for Vellos yet. Come here, D4. Since nobody's speaking up.
Oh, that is an excellent way to hammock.
Alright. Bruno, you're next.
Bruno is perfectly fine with that.
Bruno, I only have one shade of orange and it's pumpkin. which
Pumpkin
might
spice cleric.
be a little bright. Like,
I don't
I'd
like
say the
pumpkin.
camera is not doing it justice, but in this case, it kind of is doing it justice.
Oh Lord.
That is an orange.
That it
That is definitely an orange.
I might have to
Dyson
mix
would
it.
love it.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah.
I might have to mix it to darken it out.
That's okay. I would definitely prefer darker orange than pumpkin. I am not Dyson.
Okay. Next time I go to the store, I will get a darker orange paint. Bruno, you get off lucky.
Yeah, you can either cut it with red if you want to make it warmer, or brown if you want to just make it like a dirtier orange. Darker.
To decrease saturation.
Yeah.
There we go. Fiona.
Oh! Well, Fiona should be pretty easy. She's white.
She's rat colored.
Now, do you want the same gray I used on Dory, or do you want me to use an actual white?
Well, she is actually white, so probably the actual white. Her fur tone is actually white. She's not albino, but she is actually
she's a
white.
rat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
May need to go over Dory with another coat of this. No. No, it's just this gray looks awfully a lot like the plastic. Okay. Fiona does have a mohawk. Do you want me to do anything for that?
A mohawk?
The rat head didn't look raw. The rat head model didn't look proper without hair, so I chose an unobstructive hairstyle.
Ah.
Do you want me to do anything with that, or do you want to just paint it white?
You can probably just paint it white.
Okay.
If I think of anything specific for it, you could always go back over white.
Which
I
is
think-
the nice thing about the whites and grays.
Yes.
Whites, grays, and blacks.
But to start with, since I can't think of anything, just going with white will be fine.
Clothing color?
I like blues.
Light blue, dark blue.
Light blue probably would look good on her. Yeah.
Well, that's more of a turquoise, but
Let's go with the first one you put down. Oh, what's that one?
slightly
Ooh.
blue or turquoise. Otherwise known as Dutch aqua.
Ooh, I think I might like that one.
Okay.
Yes, I think I like that one.
Oh, this hasn't been opened yet.
Ooh.
I am partial to teals.
Okay, so. And then we've got a. I had a brown one, but here it is. I've got a brown for the blackjack, so. And
Cool.
tail color. Like a peach.
I
maybe?
don't think her tail would. Yeah, peachy is fine. She is a rat, but I don't think her tail would be any weird color, to be honest.
Toasted marshmallow. Okay, that's paint color.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah. Blacksmith. Sorry, not trying to derail things too much. Don't have a peach. Okay, that's nothing I'll have to buy at the store. That's fine. Anyway, so the blacksmith and the other stuff.
Yeah. Fiona was going to get a couple of slings, one for herself, one for Lantern,
Okay. Good.
and a couple of bags of sling ammo, just to start with, because from there they can probably scavenge their own.
Probably. Go
Now,
ahead
the
and
crossbow
add those to
bolts-
inventory.
Are priced as like a 20 bolt quiver.
Yes.
Okay. It's not 1 gold per.
No.
Okay. If that's for a 20 bolt quiver, You know, Dory's just going to go ahead and spend 5 whole gold pieces on this.
That's fair.
And then she'll have some for both.
That's
As
not the
necessary.
first time a purchase like that has been made.
Hey, Lantern.
Hello, yes.
Here's your sling. I forgot to get it earlier because I was distracted because of the green dragon and the jewels. But I went back out, and here you go. And
No,
here's
that's okay. Dragons are very distracting. Thank you very much.
yeah, and here's a pouch with some stones to get you started.
Ooh, how many stones?
They're actually
20.
ball bearings. Specific sling ammo is actually just rounded bits of metal.
Ooh, these stones are made of metal.
Yes, metal stones.
How many are in here?
20.
Very nice. Thank you.
Yes.
How would this look like when it dries? Before I go too crazy.
One D4. Bludgeoning. And the range for the sling is 3120.
Having trouble connecting to roll 20 specifically.
That's
Hmm,
fine.
that's not good.
Not the worst thing, so long as you're still connecting to us.
Sure.
Okay. See how that looks when it dries before I go too crazy on that. Alright, who's doing what next?
Oh.
I'm not sure.
So, who wants to take the risk of going to the jeweler shop?
I think Lantern would be a bad choice for a couple of reasons, including both very obvious ones and the fact that you guys specifically mentioned that you had a friend who was an awakened kobold.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then there's Lantern's much more likely to just take what she says if she's still there.
That is one of the other very valid reasons.
That's fair enough.
Not Lantern.
Okay, so that's 3 in the not going corner.
So the other 3 would be Bruno, Vellos, and Thorn.
Yes.
Yes.
I forget, did they mention Vellos?
I don't
I don't
think
think
they
they
did.
mentioned, no.
Nope.
The only one they mentioned was Lantern. Because they were,
Oh.
she's very excited about dragons.
I would like to remind people that the Faerun hatred of chromatics and metallics don't really exist here. There's still animosity between each other, but it's
No, it's near
civilized.
bad.
It's civilized animosity.
Yeah, she probably won't like Vellos, but they're not going to tear each other apart the first time they see them. First time they see
Well,
each other.
That depends on how cutting words can be.
Yeah,
Yeah, Vellos would be unlikely to be able to bargain her up if she's there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't take what I say
Best
for
I-
any effect on your planning.
Vellos himself
Well-
isn't keen on potentially meeting this green anyway, so
Yeah, they would have mentioned it was a green. They have mentioned it was a green multiple times, so.
Yes.
yeah, he's not keen on possibly meeting her. So,
See how it is. First chance to meet one of your own in a few weeks, and you don't want to.
I mean, if meeting dragons was his interest, then he probably would have gone somewhere else.
That, and she wasn't exactly nice to his friends, so.
She wasn't like mean to your friends, just kind of dismissive when they asked for something stupid.
Nobody even tried to learn what she grumbled about.
She made Fiona feel bad.
That is true.
Yes.
Anyway, Bruno, Thorn, you two up for it, or?
I mean, I'm not the best at talking to people. I can hit people with things. I have this new glaive. Will that work?
Don't.
No.
No,
Please
I think
don't.
we probably need to leave the glaive at home.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I
It is
agree
cool.
100%, but unfortunately,
Society has different ideas about where a glaive is
Society.
appropriate.
Unfortunately, the truth of the matter is the t-shirt's cooler than the glaive.
Honestly, the t-shirt is much cooler than the glaive.
Yeah.
But it doesn't subtract from any of the cool that the glaive has.
No.
No.
Are we
Kinda
just going to
cool
go
and
ahead
cool.
and post the shirt on the wall? Or is Thorn actually going to try to put it on over the antlers?
He would love to try, but he knows that's a dumb decision. So
Okay.
it's just gonna be up on the wall for now until he can figure out a way to wear it.
Cool.
Besides, he
Cool.
has armor now, so even if he wore it, you wouldn't see it.
So now you can just take inspiration by looking at it.
Yes.
Yes. Dory is going to sit there and try to figure out what kind of music this image that she's seeing would be appropriate for it. You know, what kind of music she has would evoke this image.
Go ahead.
Bruno, are you
give
good at?
me... Ooh, give me an insight check.
Me?
Because you're
Go
looking
and
at the
start
shirt, you
screaming
want
out
to
of the
figure out what
blue.
kind of music that makes you feel like playing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Why
And
not?
what was the roll for convincing the person again? Persuasion?
Yes. Because
Yep.
you
Yeah.
carried it.
Yep. It's a flat roll, so it's better than Fiona's, but it's not overly great.
Why? Why out of the people who could go is Vellos the one with the best persuasion?
14.
14.
14.
You're looking at this shirt. You can't read a damn thing on the font simply because of you can't read a thing on the writing simply because the font looks entirely like it's been made out of lightning. But there's something about it. Something that makes you want to step on stage and just scream out all the anger of the world into a song. Regardless of whether or not people listening to you will understand a word you're screaming.
Oh, Dory likes this.
Oh, it's that
Oh,
kind
no.
of metal.
I have converted another.
Yes. Yes. And she's going to do, she heard somebody once do and I don't even know what you call it, like a slide on the string. So it goes, whoop. Obviously she can't do it with electric, but she can get some interesting sounds going with the lute. See if she
Hell
can't
yeah.
shred a little bit.
Fortunately, I don't think a lute's made for that.
She'll figure it out. Thorn will help her the entire way through.
I actually heard somebody shredding on a lute on YouTube.
Oh, that's glorious.
I have also heard someone shred on a lute. I think.
Find
I know
the
you can-
video. if
I'm
you can.
looking. I'm
I know
looking.
you can shred a banjo, but banjo is an extremely versatile instrument that's not been invented yet.
Yes. Actually, it may have started by this point. Let's see. I probably saved it.
Okay, so who's going to the jewelers? Who wants to try?
Vellos has the best persuasion of the three that can.
It's not like the others can't go back. It's probably best they don't, but
Yeah, I think it's best right now not to.
Not the same day, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Roll20 still isn't working. Ugh. Can't look at my freaking skills and stuff.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's giving me a gateway timeout.
Have you tried refreshing the page?
I've been doing that. It's not.
Have you tried relogging into the session?
How do you mean?
As in, exit out of the game session, go back through Roll20 to re-enter the game session.
Oh, no. I'm saying the site doesn't load. Yeah, Roll20 entirely
Oh
doesn't
no, it's not
load.
loading for me either. Roll20 might be down.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no.
Alright, well, if you have it open, don't close it.
Well, no, I can't load up character sheets.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's down. It's not loading for me either.
Well, this
Good
is
thing mine's still
problematic.
open.
I opened a new tab to see if it would. I already have my character sheet open.
Yeah,
me
same
too.
here. And that's
By the way, I
working
put
fine.
the
at
loot
least.
shredding in general.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I can't. That's not good. Rolls are going to be difficult.
Roll20 is out.
Oh, no.
Well, we don't roll
That's-
with Roll20. We roll with the dice roller on Discord.
No, but I don't have my skills and stuff memorized.
Oh.
You know, as of 40 minutes, as of 40 minutes ago, according to Down Detector, Roll20's outage shot up to over 7,000 reports in the last 24 hours.
Oh boy.
Something
Someone took them
happened.
down.
Maybe it was the same
Yeah,
thing
it
that
is.
killed Bonsai's internet earlier.
No, that was an
Yeah.
emergency maintenance. Something between Cloudflare and Roll20 itself is out.
Huh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Not good.
No.
Yeah, they recently
Also,
posted
shit
on
timing.
their Twix account. Through Twixer. Yep. They are currently investigating the outage of the site.
Well,
Well, that's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Are you proficient in
I don't.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was proficient in persuasion. I'm leaning towards no, but I don't know for sure.
But you at least have a plus to your charisma.
I think it's like a +2.
You still have the positive modifier.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot better than Fiona's -2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he really doesn't want to have to bargain with the green if they encounter her.
Well, peek in if it's a green. They just don't go in.
Yeah, I mean, you could always walk in, see the green, and then you guys all just walk right back out.
Yeah.
Uh,
They're
Or
gonna
send
think
one
you're
person to
racist.
sneak in and do it.
The dragons are colorists. You're not
Hello.
shiny enough. You're not bright enough. How dare.
Oh boy.
Somebody left their bronze dragon out in the rain again. Now they've turned green.
Oh, that's messed up. What? Wait, isn't that copper?
Copper rusts bluish, so no.
Yeah, that's actually why Natira is a copper dragon. It's because I can give her blue accents on the edge of her scales.
Fair.
But yeah. You know, bronze. It's either bronze or brass, but one of those actually
Something like
rusts
that.
greenish
I
color.
believe brass is non-corrosive, so
Yes.
bronze.
That's what it is.
Ah, didn't realize bronze rusted greenish. Huh.
I did
Bronze-
actually know that because of a dumb video game in which I've been processing a lot of bronze. It is sort of a greenish, like tealish almost green.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, well, fine. He'll also reluctantly give it a shot.
Okay, it's later in the day. Okay, so as who all is going?
No, it's
Thorn.
Vellos.
Bruno, you coming?
Yeah, fine, I'll come.
Don't get to bring the jewelry actually with you, or the gemstones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 9 assorted gemstones.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I can post
Okay.
them.
So,
Please.
as you go to the shop, and as you enter into the shop, you are met with both owners. They don't quite notice, they don't immediately notice you as you come in, the bat and the dragoness talking to each other before both turn to face people coming in. And while the bat seems genuinely happy to see new faces enter, as Vellos, as the dragoness's eyes sweep onto you, her smile becomes a little more forced, and there's a slight tensing of her hand that's on the counter. You feel like you may have intruded. It's almost the look she's giving you.
Great. He was with the initial group when we met Pierre the first time, right?
I believe he was, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. I think
I
so.
think so.
Okay.
I think everyone was there for that.
Yeah, I think
Oh.
everyone was there.
Right, yes. Okay. And with that tensing up, Pierre lets out a sigh. Darling, honey, just go into the workshop. I'll deal with it. I'll deal with our customers. He says, kind of moving over, hand on the back, kind of guiding the dragoness towards the towards the behind the shop work area.
Afternoon, Pierre.
Ah, yes. Pleasure seeing you again. Sorry about that. The lady, she's not fond of any other dragons, really.
It's not
Ah.
you specifically, it's... She can be a little territorial.
I see. Well. Don't mean to intrude.
No, you're quite
Just-
alright.
We,
It's been a little bit of a slow day, so...
well, me and my crew are back from another dungeon with a nice little haul of gems we were hoping to sell.
Oh, yes, another set?
Yes, bit of a variety this time, though.
Ah, good. He kind of looks behind himself. You didn't happen to come in here earlier, did you?
We didn't.
Not us, but two of the others.
Ah,
That's why we're here.
yes, that makes sense now. That makes sense.
Anywho, and Vellos would lay out the gems on the table for Pierre to
Yes, you
peruse.
did come in here earlier. He says, just looking at the gems.
Yes, it didn't go very well.
No, I do apologize. She's trying, okay?
To be fair, we didn't realize Fiona wasn't great at
Negotiating.
yes.
No, it's quite alright. It's quite alright.
Everybody has their strengths.
Yes. So... He says, kind of straightening at the gems on the table. I imagine she offered, knowing her, I imagine she offered somewhere around 200 gold pieces for these.
I believe so.
That's what I thought. That's about 50 coins under what I would typically offer as a lower end rate for all of these.
Yeah. I'm trying to hide a bit of a wince there. Well, we were hoping to see if we could get a better deal for these, to be honest.
No. And, by about how much are you thinking?
Uh, we're hoping crap, I didn't have a number in my head.
300 is what Fiona was hoping for.
Yeah,
And
well,
two-
Fiona was starting at 3. It's like jeweler said 200. Fiona's like 300, and she was trying to haggle her up, and she was just starting at 300 to go down. But the dragon started looking so mad that it's like, oh, okay.
It doesn't help any with the low roll.
No, it doesn't.
No.
So 250 is a good thing. And that is more than half the cost of each gem. Because that breaks down to like 27 per gem rather than 25.
Thereabouts, yeah.
Yeah, and they're about
Yeah.
50 each.
Yeah, we're hoping for about 300 for the set.
And the check.
Persuasion. I think I misspelled that. Whatever. Hey, good roll.
Yeah, 17's a lot better than my 7.
Yeah.
In
That's
fact,
a
it's
s-
at least 10 better.
That's the
Right?
second 17. Different math, but same total. What? Okay.
He thinks about it for a moment, as you suggest 300 as a going price. That is a little bit high for all of these gems. They need to be worked, they need to be set. We're being listened to with the click of a door.
Let's see. Well, it's not a take it or leave it.
Yes, no, I know. About I could probably get away with doing about 260, and I will hear the end of it.
That would be much appreciated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
All right, 260.
That's better by 60 gold coins.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vellos ain't gonna push that.
Nope.
He does not want to make Pierre's life any harder than it's going to be.
Yeah.
More than we were hoping
Pierre made
for.
that choice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yep.
he kind of likes Pierre. He seems like a good guy.
Yeah.
Here's a good
He
bat.
does. Yep.
Even if he has questionable tastes.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
there's
not going to comment on that. He is
Yeah,
not that
no.
dumb.
Nope. That's an opinion you keep to yourself.
Oh yes, or at least until he
generally during negotiations, it's not great to say, "Hey, your girlfriend sucks."
Oh,
Oh, it's his wife. That's even worse.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's
The lady, the missus.
that's something you keep strictly to yourself until you are back in private with your
That is-
friends.
Very clearly his wife.
Not only insulting the wife, but demoting her to girlfriend.
Yeah, that's really troubling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does not want to piss Pierre off or the missus. So 260. All right.
Should we add that to the wagon fund, or are we splitting that up?
I'd say add it to the wagon fund because we cleaned it out pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely a wagon fund.
Oh yeah, we'll probably need to make sure we have a repair kit for the road.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What are
Yeah,
those?
that's a good idea.
Yep.
Forget how expensive maintenance. Actually, I still have the Delvers thing, so I can find that.
The higher the quality, the more expensive they get.
Yeah.
How most things go.
Yep.
Lesser ones have 4 uses, are 100 gold pieces, and are level 1. The moderate ones are level 5. So I don't think we need the moderate ones yet.
Yeah, I think we stick with the lesser for now. So
Yep.
I'll have to grab that on the way back.
Cool. I'll deduct 100 gold from for that. It leaves us with 150 or 160 for 161 for emergencies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you very much, Pierre. Pleasure doing business.
Of course, of course. Ooh, of course.
And with that, and with the gold pouch, Vellos will lead the retreat from this.
And make your quick retreat
Yep.
back to the safety of your friends.
Yeah,
Mhm.
after we grab the maintenance kit, but yeah. Don't want to overstay our welcome.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
I guess Velos will be carrying. Actually, Thorn's probably better for carrying the maintenance kit.
Oh yeah.
He's
Yeah,
70
it's
Oh, yeah.
70
pounds.
pounds.
Thorn can just throw that
Yeah.
over one shoulder and just kind of tilt his
Thorn can-
head to the side.
Thorn can almost carry 600 pounds without breaking a sweat.
Jesus.
In his
Mhm.
off
Big
time, he can
boy.
bench Vellos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thorn is big boy.
Yes, big
Mhm.
strong boy.
Yes.
I believe Thorn can also forced march for twice as long.
Yes, without incurring exhaustion.
Yep.
Oh.
You're back. How'd it go?
Much better. We managed to get 260 out of Pierre, though we spent 100 to get a maintenance kit on the way back.
Oh, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
thing.
Apparently the green is Pierre's life, so that was interesting to learn.
Oh,
Oh.
lovely. Okay, well, that's good to know.
Yes.
Yep. Don't complain about her to him.
Yeah, that'd be a bad idea.
Definitely a bad idea.
Yeah, for sure.
Anywho,
He sounds
Let's
like
get
he's made a
this-
terrible idea.
Hmm.
I'm sure she's positively lovely. As long as she's not dealing with me.
or me.
He tensed as soon as Velos entered.
Yeah. Well, yeah, at least it wasn't me specifically, because any dragon will do that, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Well, that's too bad because that's not something you can do anything about, or something that you should do anything about.
no.
no. So, with all our purchasing and modifications sorted, shall we decide on a destination?
Well,
We're
I
waiting
think-
for Thran.
No.
Yeah.
One eye.
Oh, the one-eyed.
One Eye. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. And he'll give us our destination.
Oh, I must have missed that.
Yeah, he said he'd be back in the morning.
Fiona is meanwhile going to sit down with the map she bought and compare it with her notes to get a general idea of where exactly that Null dungeon was.
Okay.
I just thought of something else that Lantern wants to buy. So she would like to go to an herbalist or apothecary shop if she can find one by smell.
Dory will come along with
That
us.
is definitely an investigation check.
Okay, let me find out what I've got in that. Nothing. Flat rolls, except with a +1 because I do not have proficiency in it.
Oh, you get that too?
I am a kobold. If I don't know how to do something, I get an extra point in it.
Excuse me?
I get it because of Jack of all trades.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
Whoa.
Whee!
Infinite recursion.
20.
Yeah,
There we go.
Oh,
that's better.
Oh,
That's what I
Dirty
meant
20.
to do.
Ah, there's Gokara.
Well,
Garcia.
How did I do that? Whee! Okay, that's
What?
Oh, jeez!
Wow.
Recursive
Infinite.
chat.
Remarkable.
Recursive voice chat.
Yep.
Okay, so the map looks normal to you guys, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, because Discord just makes it look backwards on my things. Just need to make sure. Okay, so it was supposed to be
we're-
about 3 days trip, but you guys obviously took a little bit, or no, 2 days trip, but you guys took a little bit longer, so it was about over here from what you can tell.
Okay.
Okay.
Fiona's gonna make a couple of rough notations, or not rough, but make a notation on their elements map for the location of the Null Dungeon, should they ever need to tell anyone about it.
Which you do remember being told that there was general awareness of the dungeon seemed to favor gnolls in the area in the first place.
Yes.
With
Well, maybe if they get
suspicions-
enough information on gnolls, they can track down where they're spawning from.
Yeah, where their stronghold might be located.
Yes. It just seems like good to combine their maps a little bit. Because there's no point in having this very, very, very rough map.
No,
If
they're
I can
kind
get
of a-
some general information on an actual map.
the map you have seems like the kind that was meant specifically to point you guys in the direction of the null camp and then be discarded once it was no longer needed.
Yeah. So yeah, Fiona's just going to make a general notation of where the null camp was/is on an actual map. So that should they need to compile the data later, they've got them. It's now on the map.
Makes sense.
Yep.
All right.
Cartographer things.
Yes, cartographer things. She made plenty of notes on their way back, so she remembers where it was.
Yeah. Jeez, that's kind of quick on the thing. Okay. Whee. I was reaching over here to get back to here. Thin this out just a little bit. Nope. Oh well, that's fine. Okay, so that's perhaps about everything you guys might want to do for the day.
Well, I want to go to the
Oh, yes,
herbalism.
yes, what was your investigation check? Sorry.
Dirty 20.
30. That's impressive. Yes, you are able to track down an herbalist shop through smell alone.
Good job.
Dory, this
Are
is
you
probably
looking
quite a
for-
sight for you to behold.
Are you looking for a medicinal herbalist shop or a cooking herbalist?
I believe a medicinal herbalist would be more likely to sell an herbalism kit, which is what Lantern wants to buy.
Okay, so you are able to track down. You are able to literally sniff out an apothecary.
Dory, I imagine this is quite a sight to behold, because she sort of skitters 8 to 15 feet forward, and then stands stock still, like against a building, sniffing at the air out of the traffic. You know, she's not stupid. Before darting forward again, She darts down a couple of alleys, she darts down a couple of streets, and she lands in front of an herbalism shop.
Honestly, it's quite the impressive sight for anybody watching.
Pretty cool, Lantern. Pretty cool.
Thank you. It smells like all of it. Just everything. All of the different things is what it smells like. That's the secret. If it only smells like some of the things, you might just be finding a potted plant.
It's a heavy medicinal smell on top of that.
Yeah.
Camphor. I think that's camphor. I don't remember what camphor is, but I think that's what it smells like.
Or you'll take a sniff and go, could be.
Okay, Fiona. This different shade for the pants?
Probably, yeah.
I'm thinking maybe a brown pants, or
That would make sense.
okay.
I'm sure it's easier to keep pants clean when they're the same color as the dirt.
And the same color that blood dries.
Right?
Yeah.
Something nobody ever mentions. Like these bloodstains.
Fiona's wearing a blue shirt because Dory would want her to wear some color and not just be in all brown.
These bloodstains look old. No, they look fresh because they're still red. Damn it, Hollywood. Anyways, movie shenanigans aside, as you enter the apothecarist, which does not have a more typical store setup, it does have a counter, but it is more like you walked more like into a greenhouse of medicinal herbs and plants.
Lantern excitedly informs Dory, I've never seen a place where so many plants are inside before. This is great.
Cool. It's pretty
There
cool.
is a couple of people in there tending to the plants, watering, trimming.
Given that this town has a reasonable amount of mice in it, I think I can feel comfortable saying that. I almost called Lantern my cat's name. That Lantern goes up to the apple crate in front of the counter and stands up so she can see over the counter.
It's actually a stepladder.
Ooh,
Fancy.
very fancy.
It is properly accommodating to shorter races. So it does take a little bit before somebody does come to you. I will leave species nebulous because reasons.
Okay.
Take that.
Well, Lantern smiles brightly and waves at the redacted
Exactly.
and says,
The anomalous blur.
hello, yes, excuse me. I'm looking for a kit with things in it like a mortal for crushing things and maybe a grinder for grinding things also, and maybe a flask. All of the things for the herbalism.
Before you said all the things for the herbalism, Dory, you're being given a pleading look of what this kobold could be after.
Herbalism kit.
Yes.
Story will just say.
Ah, of course.
Yes, a kit to do herbalism with.
We do have a few of those for sale. Were you both needing one, or were you just after one yourself?
No, it's just for
Still,
Lantern. I'm just coming along because I hate being left out of things.
Lantern waves when her name is mentioned so that the redacted will know that she is, in fact, Lantern, as if the fact that she has a fucking lantern hanging from her forehead does not give it away.
And you never know sometimes. Some things just don't make any sense. This is clearly not one of those times.
She is also clearly very excited about the prospect of getting her hands on an herbalism kit and is kind of like bouncing on her feet a little bit.
Sorry, give me
She
one
is
second.
excitable.
She is excitable.
Yep.
Easily enough. An herbalism kit would be assembled from supplies. As it seems they don't have just pre-built herbalism kits, but rather individual parts for sale, but enough to build into a kit.
She watches the process of this being assembled with intense fascination.
A lot of it is just being what is it called? It's like a sheath of fabric that actually has pockets into it for stuff to
A bandolier?
Not quite a bandolier because it's all rolled up into one like a cloth carrying case, basically.
Okay, sort of like a caddy.
Yeah.
Well, Lantern is still definitely fascinated by this to a somewhat extreme degree.
It's one of the things where it's like these are all obviously parts that break or need to be replaced because they get lost or broken. So it's easier just to have the individual things built into a kit rather than having to break down kits.
Makes sense.
Oh no. The oil is separated from the acrylic paint and the white paint.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
White paint, how could you betray us so?
Pretty easily, apparently.
That is my experience with white acrylic paint also.
Right?
Okay, so it's not just me.
No. White paint just tends to be evil sometimes.
Yeah.
It's silver metallic is the worst paint I've ever encountered, but I've bought a lot of bad white paint.
My silver metallic here is entirely liquid coating. And that's why I'm super specific about a base coat for Vellos.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because this
Yep.
stuff has the consistency of water, so it is 100% a finishing paint.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which I'll probably just dunk Vellos completely in it needlessly, completely ruining all my other work.
Oh dear.
I'm kidding. No, I'm going to cover him with glitter paint, actually.
Oh, oh damn it.
Oh, that'll be cool.
I mean, I do actually have a glitter paint, but that aside, one herbalism kit later. Is there anything else you needed here?
That was really the only thing she was here for.
Okay. The glitter paint's dried out.
What's the damage?
Damage is the price of an herbalism kit, which, hey, I will look up in just a second. Oh, yeah, that is dried out.
Oh no.
That's like pushing into rubber.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
nasty.
I've experienced that before.
Well, rest in peace, glitter paint. I will not be
Yeah.
I will not be buying a replacement because it's glitter. Okay, herbalism kit. They're like one of the cheaper kits.
on top of being in Gossier. Yeah, it's their base 5 gold. So on top of being Gossier, that's gonna be 4 gold.
Okay, 40 gold.
4.
4? Oh. Okay, I heard way more. Cool. Okay, Lantern happily counts out 4 gold coins. She seems to be choosing the least shiny ones in her bag, but she doesn't dither over it too long. And before too much, she has 4 coins on the table and takes the herbalism kit with a delighted, "Yes, thank you."
Dory just grins. We getting anything else, or are we heading straight back?
This was the only thing I needed, because now maybe I can make potions and stuff, because I know how.
Cool. Cool.
But that was all that I needed.
Okay. Cool beans.
Yes, beans of a very low temperature.
Nod.
Never change, Lantern. Never change.
Nope.
Yep.
Roll 20 still down, and I feel like that ends the day's activities.
I think that would make sense, because if any of us refreshes our character sheet, we're out.
And
Yeah.
Vellos can't even access his right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which,
Yep.
yeah, is unfortunate because you'd be getting your lead in the morning.
How dare you betray us, roll 20.
I know it. I bloody know it.
Ugh.
Why is it that whenever one of us has internet problems, internet breaks everywhere?
Because it's all interconnected.
It's like some kind of net or
Hmm.
web.
That
Web
was all.
stretches
Sounds
worldwide.
Those are some
Sounds
wise
fake.
words.
It's like a big truck with a bunch of tubes.
Something like that. I remember the techno remix.
Okay. It's unfortunate we couldn't quite get to what I wanted us to get to tonight, but we managed
Sorry.
to something with it.
We spent a lot of time shopping.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a
There
minute.
is that.
It looks
Loading a
like it
minute.
might be back up.
Oh?
Maybe not.
Maybe
I
not.
mean, I'm seeing the title of the. Oh, no, it came up. I just opened a new tab and it came up for me.
Fellows, refresh your page.
I'm trying.
Ooh, I also got it to load.
Yay.
It's not loading for me. Or if it is, it's really dragging its feet about it.
Well, just because it's back doesn't mean it's excited to be back.
If I open it in a new tab myself, it's not wanting to load. Or it's also, again, being very slow about it.
Yep,
Mine's definitely being slow, but it's loading.
I just
Yeah,
popped right
it's
back
slow.
to the gateway timeout.
Oh. Mine loaded.
So did
But on the
my-
top it says we are currently investigating outages with the site.
Yeah.
So it seems to be scattered.
Yeah.
hmm
Yes. Oh well. For a
Oh,
minute
darn.
there, I thought we were in good shape.
It was worth a shot, for sure.
Yeah.
That's all right. We can get us sent out next week. So stop about half hour early. Not that big
Yep.
a deal.
We got a lot more of a session than we thought we were gonna at 4:30 p.m. today.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
is true.
Very
This
true.
is true.
Which was initially assumed to be none.
And then
Yeah.
last minute, my internet comes back up.
Yeah.
Yep, your
There was
internet
much
decided to
rejoicing.
behave.
Yep.
Okay, stop the recording here then,
Yes.
lest I have to unveil all my secrets, which